Jeez.
3, 2, 1. Yo, everyone, you're listening to Filmmaker Mike and the boys. Joining me for this episode is Sequestered Jester.
Hey.
About fucking time.
Yeah, buddy. I know we're all together now.
And we also got Kuya.
Hey, it's about fucking time.
And Pinhead.
Hey, it's about fucking time.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. So
The 4G is complete. The 4G is complete.
Oh my god, it's been a
Such a
while.
long time.
It's been a minute.
Time.
Jester has been super busy with life, and
Yes,
it's
sir.
awesome. It's awesome.
So yeah, hopefully everyone had a good Thanksgiving, because the last show we did was before Thanksgiving.
Together, right?
No, it's just the three of us. Jester,
Yeah.
I don't think was no, yeah, it's been a while
Was
since
was I out of town or something like that? I can't remember.
I think so, yeah.
the last one Jester was on was the one I initially started ranting and raving about Halloween Ends.
That's
so,
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
bitching and moaning.
Yeah. So before we kick things off with discussing what's been going on in the world of pop culture, wanted to share real quick our Spotify Wrapped. So our stats, also known as Spotify's way of making sure they're tracking all the listeners, not just podcasts, but of course music. Because you know how everyone's like, oh, check out my Spotify Wrapped. Look at my most listened to song. It's also known as Spotify tracking your habits and what you're doing and what you're listening.
AKA the
So-
Illuminati.
But they packaged it and wrapped it nicely and said, hey, share this with all of your friends and family. Be proud of
Oh.
it. So,
like our friends give a shit about like if we listen to Taylor Swift or not, man. So
well,
I
hey,
do.
there's a
know.
part there. It says you're part 3, you're 3% of the top listeners of Taylor Swift,
Oh, man.
and you wear that badge proudly. You know, you share it, or Metallica, or whatever band, whatever artist. You know,
dude, I listened to Polyphia for like one day, and it was like my top band. I was
I
like,
know,
dude,
I
I listened
know.
to one. I listened to one fucking album, and I'm like, it's my favorite band of the year. I'm like, dude, it's one
No,
album.
It's not. Yeah, there was I need to look for this, but there was a woman who was talking about how she came up with the idea of Spotify Wrapped for the company, and she was thinking of how to make it like presentable and how to share the stats, and then they kind of like took the idea, or something happened to it, and they just ran with it. So it was interesting. I need to look for that article or that interview. But anyway, the day that I shared this with you guys, this was November 29th, or I think, or maybe November 30th. The night before, I already got a message, a notification, an email. I got it, and it was like, "Oh, check your analytics right now through the Anchor app." But for whatever reason, when I try to log in, it would just give me an error message, and I'm like, "I'd like to see it. Can I see it? No, we're not gonna let you see it till probably another 24 hours." But I didn't have to wait another full day. As it was later that morning, I did get to open it up, and it finally worked. So the first thing that I was surprised by is it says you created 4,042 minutes of new content. That's 97% more than the average creator. So, which I'm assuming, I guess it's smarter if they keep their podcast shorter, because they're like, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
You
But
want
hey,
minutes?
you know, it's interesting. The number one most listened to episode was the Batman spoilers review, which I did like immediately after seeing an advanced screening of the Batman. I was just excited to talk spoilers. So that was the number one most listened to episode. The podcast has been heard in 9 countries. The top 5 of those 9 countries were the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, and
What?
Philippines.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Who's listening to us in Australia? Down.
Down here, Mike.
Who are these idiots, mate?
Yeah. So US, Canada, UK, Australia, and the Philippines.
Dude, it's probably Aussie man listening to our shit. Dude.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be awesome. And then let's see. Your podcast was in the top 5% most shared globally. So um,
Uh-uh.
I'm
I'm
not
telling I'm
sure.
telling you, like some of our listeners that are like listeners, they share it worldwide. I don't know how, but like,
The heck?
I'm not sure though if that's also counting when I share it
Oh, I see.
via Instagram. Because every time there's a new episode, I share it on the stories, which I thought was pretty cool. Because when you share it on the stories, people will see play on Spotify at the top. If they want to listen to the episode, then right then and there, tap on it, it opens Spotify, and then they can listen to the episode. But either way, I thought it was pretty cool. 45% are through Instagram, 31% is through direct link, 15% Snapchat, 5% Twitter, 4% is other. And then your listeners' podcast personality is the enthusiasts. Your listeners are super fans. When their favorite podcast releases a new episode, they're among the first to know, going above and beyond to show their support. So, and also,
and we also were the first people that fucking hate, absolute hate things.
yeah, it also says your podcast saw a lot of gains this year. 28% more followers and 25% more listeners.
Nice.
I was like, wow, okay, that's cool. And then for top our podcast is the top podcast for 3 fans, top 5 podcasts for 15 fans, and we're in the top 10 podcasts for 20 fans. So I was like, wow,
Okay.
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, we did 34 episodes for the year, not counting this one, of course. 4,000 plus minutes, 9 countries, and 29% more followers.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, thank you to everyone who's listening, who's watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we
Thank you for
appreciate it.
putting up with us.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah.
And I did get some feedback yesterday. We had another toy swap, the last toy swap of the year locally here at we had it yesterday at Sparks High School.
Hey, my alma mater. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, so you went there? Oh, okay.
Railroaders.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool because just earlier this week I thought because I was one of the admins for the Reno Funko Pop Hunter group. We have over 600 members. So I helped with the organizing of the toy swaps. So I was thinking earlier this week, I was like, man, we should have tried to let everyone know that's attending, because we announced the swap more than a month ago to give everyone enough time to prepare for it. I was thinking, I told the admins, I wish we could have organized a toy donation, but maybe perhaps it's not too late. And then one of the other guys, one of the other admins said, actually, I can contact Toys for Tots. I can grab a box. I was like, great, let's do that. And let's just ask people, donate whatever you can. And we ended up, so the event started at noon. We went till 4. We ended up overfilling the Toys for Tots box for donations.
Oh, that's cool, man.
With
That's awesome.
an extra box, an overflow box of donations.
That's
So
awesome.
various donations of action figures, Hot Wheels, Funko Pops, all that stuff. So which was great.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So Mike, was there like a fucking asshole that was trying to dig into the barrel trying to look for shit?
No.
I bet you there was one.
No, I didn't notice anyone. So.
Okay. Because I know there's always.
I was almost kind of tempted to be like, "Can I trade one of this for that?"
This kid doesn't need it.
Obi-Wan Kenobi with a red lightsaber? What?
That's kind of cool stuff there, kid.
I'm an underprivileged tot. He's like 35 years old.
But yeah, so that was really cool. It was cool to meet fellow local collectors. I got to sell some toys, some pops, and then got to trade as well. And then one of our listeners, I was surprised, Jordan, his name is Jordan, and he makes this really cool detailed dioramas. You should definitely check it out. His name on Instagram is Oilers, OILERS _workshop. Oilers Workshop.
Okay.
So you check out his Instagram. He makes these highly detailed dioramas. He's been commissioned by, if I'm not mistaken, NECA, or some other company. But he makes these commissions, very amazing and highly detailed stuff. His name is Jordan, and I saw him yesterday, and he said like, I enjoy the podcast. You guys are very entertaining. And I was like, oh, thank you.
So you just
Like,
wait.
wow.
I just want to clarify. So you just met a random fan at the meetup?
No, so I met him at the last, not the last one, but the one before the last swap. I met him there, and then I talked to him like as we were packing up, and I told him like, hey, what's your Instagram? Because he doesn't. Yeah, I asked him what his Instagram was, and I also told him about the podcast. And then ever since then, like I guess he started checking it out because when he's working in his workshop, he likes to, put stuff on.
Listen to us.
And listen to us.
Well, you know, I gotta thank him because
his work is nice.
Yeah.
Right. It's crazy.
Okay.
His work is nice.
Wow,
it is crazy detailed. I was looking at it. I was like, man.
He also has a killer mustache, so that's top tier.
Yeah.
It's a very handsome, manly mustache.
Well,
yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah, thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
Big ups to you, Jordan.
I'm very pleasantly surprised.
I'm glad you find us entertaining, and I'm glad that and hey, thanks to all the listeners. I mean, it's something to and that's why before the Spotify Wrapped, I was like thinking like, I don't know how how well we're gonna do, or if, how much. I mean, I'm only seeing certain stats from my end.
Yeah.
I was like, oh hey, and to hear feedback in person, or whether it's through a video, voice message, or even a comment, that's actually very encouraging. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
We also got feedback from our homeboy Josiah. JXD. He sent me a message laughing his ass off because that episode with fucking James Cameron.
yeah.
Like how when we crucified James Cameron, like all three of us.
Which, by the way, is not done.
Nice.
We have so much more.
Oh, we have so much to talk about. We still got a lot to talk about with
boy.
James Cameron. So Josiah, if you're listening to this, be prepared because
we love you. We love you.
you laughed your ass off. You were telling me like the way we crucified Mr. Cameron is spot on. There's more, but wait.
Do I get to jump on this train now too, or what?
Oh yeah. Please.
There's plenty of room. Trust me. There's
The
plenty
over
of room.
egotistical maniac that
And
is
we're just
Avatar.
days away from experiencing the $2 billion blockbuster that's going to break records.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
don't forget.
can't wait to blow my load over Blue Fern Gully.
Don't forget, we're all going to see it. We're all going to see it.
Blue
twice.
Fern Gully 2.
Yeah, exactly. The sequel.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. There you go. Hey, so like I saw the trailer again. Speaking of the Avatar book 2 Water. I mean Nickelodeon. No, that's not the Nickelodeon show. They were talking, or what's his name? Jake Sully is talking about the humans attacking again.
Sully.
Right? But isn't Jake Sully human?
He is human.
So-
he was human, but
He
now
was
he's
in the first movie.
reincarnated
Hello.
in his body.
Oh wait, they don't
Remember,
have the fucking.
he fucked an avatar. He fucked an avatar, so now he's technically Navi, or whatever the hell they
Yeah,
are.
and which reminds me, our last discussion of that, they don't necessarily mate with connecting their ponytails. It's just a connection, right?
No, I think they have a wiener and a vagina, and they
Well,
it is.
So wait, when he jumps on the banshee and rides the flying big ass banshee, he connects with that too.
That's
So are
a
you
mind
telling me
meld.
they're fucking they're fucking their birds too?
and see,
Flying it.
people thought that the fucking in Demolition Man with Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone was convoluted. This is a next level cocaine. Like James Cameron, there's no doubt in my mind that James Cameron keeps his head in the cocaine bag, because you can't come up with shit this wacky unless you have your nose full of white.
I really thought that Jake Sully's body was still alive.
No,
it is, right?
He buried it underneath that tree, right? When he transferred consciousness at the end of the movie.
Oh, did he?
I
didn't know.
See, that
that's what I
tells you how
assumed.
impressive the first movie was. Nobody remembers the shit.
I
So
thought he just
actually
transitioned.
I started watching the first movie again to prepare myself and get
God
ready.
bless your
Jesus
soul.
Christ.
Well,
God bless your soul.
I really enjoyed it in theaters in 3D. And I even remember they released the Blu-ray and the DVD on Earth Day. So they were like, because they had this whole partnership. Well, I mean, it's James Cameron.
The special DVD with all the plastic in the fucking boxes and all the covers and shit.
Exactly.
You know what?
Way to go.
Forget Avatar 2 and the Way of Water. They're already talking about Avatar 3 and 4. It's mind-blowing. I think it was Avatar 5 that they're gonna Pandora or the Navi.
Wait, are they gonna talk about are they gonna talk about the Fire Nation attacking also? Is that what they're gonna do?
Who knows? But apparently the producers are blowing their minds in their pants because when James Cameron told them about Avatar 4, holy shit, it's blowing their mind. They're blowing loads everywhere. They're blowing their blue loads in their pants.
Yeah, the storyline he told them was that it's going to make billions and billions of dollars, and you guys will be able to retire in no time.
Yeah,
because they honestly don't care unless it makes money.
And supposedly, what's his name? Jake Sully, the guy.
Jake Sully.
What's his name?
Jake Sully.
Oh my gosh. He might as well be Jake Sully because the poor
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington. Yeah.
Apparently, they already shot 90% of Avatar 3. They only need to finish it, and then it goes to post production. Supposedly, that's what he's been quoted as saying. And I heard this from what's his name? Grace Randolph's best buddy, John Campia. There you go.
I thought you were gonna say Jessica Chastain.
I'm kind of disappointed. We're not gonna wait like 9 years again. Like, where's the build up, man? You're just gonna bring it out next year?
I know.
Gosh,
but then again, James can't wait that long. He's in his 80s. Like, he's got to get the shit done before he dies.
Yeah, but I thought he was gonna wait in between each movie so that way he develops a new technology and strokes himself off to be a better director, and then bring out the third movie.
I agree with that. That is what he said, but he finally realized that he's in his mid 80s. That's not gonna last. Like that could be 20 years from now. He'll be dead. especially with the cocaine he puts up his nose. There's no way he's going to survive that. So
his ex-wife will win more Oscars by the time he makes it the third one. Make him feel bad about it.
We've been getting early, very positive, and don't bet against James Cameron feedback from the premiere. Everyone's like, well, I was already expecting, it already looks beautiful. It's going to be a visual, feast, but everyone's saying like, it's emotional. It does something that I've never seen before. And I'm like, wow.
I will see it in theaters.
I'd like to see it now. I'm excited to see it now.
Yeah, even Christian Harloff said it choked him up. I'm like, oh, stop it. Stop it.
I choked him over because he was sucking fucking James Cameron's dick. That's probably what happened.
I'm looking at the cast for Avatar: The Way of Water. I'm not sure if this is accurate because sometimes this is from Google. Avatar: The Way of Water. This is the cast: Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana because she has that thing on her end, Sigourney Weaver, Kate Winslet, Stephen Lang, Vin Diesel.
What, is he Groot?
What, is he Groot? What the fuck?
Well, that's how we get.
Wait. It could be the big fucking dragon. The big dragon that Jake Sully fucking rode, right?
When Jake Sully connects his ponytail dick.
Yeah, he's a.
I don't know. I hope he's just the dude from Fast and Furious. Make a crossover or something.
He's like
Michelle Yeoh. I did not know Michelle Yeoh was in this.
We are family.
Michelle Yeoh, Cliff Curtis, Jack Champion, Una Chaplin, Trinity Bliss, Michelle Rodriguez.
So basically it is Fast and the Furious. What the fuck?
Giovanni Ribisi is back. Oh, it's Gone in 60 Seconds too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's Nick Cage? Where's Nicolas Cage?
I know.
Let's go find some rockets
and some bees.
Well, I'm kind of confused on how some characters are even coming back anyway. From what I understand, either they clone themselves or like, because the Nothing's Over While I'm Still Breathing guy died, and then now he's in the trailer. Like,
Lang is back too.
Yeah, Lang is back. And that's the thing. Like, I'm like, wow.
It's Awa, man. It's Awa. Like, Awa brought everybody back to life. So
everything that.
And I really don't know how Steven's back because I thought he was busy blind, not breathing.
So, he was like, I could use another James Cameron paycheck.
Yeah, so I can do Don't Breathe.
And then 3. Sigourney Weaver is the kid, right? The teenage angst kid.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah, she was
Yes.
like talking it up in an interview recently about how she's in her 70s and she's playing a kid. And
Gonna have some Navi teen angst for Kuya.
I
I am very confused then.
But hey, it's Sigourney Weaver. So
smells like
I
Navi
can't.
spirit.
you know?
I can't wait. I can't wait.
This better be
Yeah.
like the best story I've ever seen in 3
It
hours.
won't. It won't.
If this reminds me of fucking Little Mermaid, I will fucking walk out of the goddamn fucking.
That's what I'm saying. What's he gonna rip off in this one? Because he ripped off Pocahontas. That's all it is.
No, he ripped off Fern Gully. Like literally, Avatar is Fern Gully.
Or Pocahontas.
Is it
No.
not similar enough for both?
Yeah.
Fucking
It's
Fern-
pretty.
Well, there's only really
Pocahontas-y.
7 stories, right? Universal stories. So
Yes,
you gotta
yes,
pick
okay.
one.
Fair enough.
Maybe he'll do what Metallica's accused of and rip off his own shit, and he'll rip off Aliens in this one. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, they're gonna have like the T-1000s, fucking like fucking morphine into like.
Speaking of Sigourney Weaver and aliens, I saved this for the podcast and not just group chat because I wanted to save it for the podcast. Some of you may have heard, it's for those listening.
Oh God, here we go with this dullard.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, yes,
Remember
let us
me?
go.
Remember me? I used to be so my personality trait for these award shows. I'm so clumsy, but not really. But hey, I'm gonna grab attention and headlines and maybe go viral or something.
Oh man.
So I think what she was. I saw the interview, and personally, I think when they were doing that, I don't think she was. Do they prepare the questions? Do they see the questions beforehand?
No,
I don't know, right? It's very spontaneous. I think
But-
she meant to say at the time when they made the Hunger Games, there wasn't a lot of those movies in that time period. But of course, way before then, we've had all these other classic movies. But anyway, someone made this meme, and I just thought it was hilarious. Ellen Ripley in the movie Alien, 1979, was originally written to be a man. Director Ridley Scott changed his mind when he watched The Hunger Games in 2012 and realized that women can be action movie leads.
Oh my gosh, bro.
But yeah, of course, now Jennifer J. Law is now getting flack. I mean, I think she's a pretty smart girl, but
No,
she
she's
likes
not.
to.
Not according to her. She said she said herself in a walk back interview after the backlash that she's stupid. She said it herself that she's stupid.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
man.
she said that. She said, I never had an education. I dropped out of school at 12. I'm stupid. Those were her words, not mine. Those were her
What
words. She
the
said
heck?
she's stupid. So she's not smart. She's stupid, according to her.
Yeah. So there you
And
go.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard whether it's funny regardless whether it happened or not. In a mock, Sigourney Weaver thanked her for thank you for giving me my career. In an interview.
That would have been hilarious.
Sigourney's a smart ass. Sigourney's a smart ass. So
I love that everybody's giving her heat though. It cracks me up, man. All the
well, she
memes.
deserves it. She's a dullard.
No,
She
I
said
know.
herself she's
I know.
stupid.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
That's what happens when you're raised on Hollywood and you don't actually get a formal education.
Just don't get a taste of the actual world around you.
Shit, she didn't even get a public education. She said it herself. She's stupid. So I'm
So-
gonna go with her. I'm gonna go with what
Is
she
it
said.
is
She's
it really
stupid.
is it really Sigourney Weaver is the first action one, or was it more in the 50s and the 60s?
I think there was
There was
this-
a
really
couple.
did.
Wasn't
there
Yeah.
was, but Sigourney Weaver, I think, kind of moved
She
towards
pioneered the action heroine.
it? Okay.
I mean,
okay.
she
Yeah.
opened the doors for La Femme Nikita and the Charlie's Angels and Angelina Jolie's of the world. If it wasn't for her actually truly breaking the glass ceiling, none of those women, like Jennifer herself, would have gotten an opportunity whatsoever.
Mhm.
Because if Alien hadn't been a huge success, if Ridley hadn't made that decision to make that change, and Alien hadn't become a huge success, and not for nothing, Aliens. More importantly, if Aliens hadn't been a huge success and Cameron hadn't made that film, you weren't going to get Linda Hamilton, because people can talk about Terminator 1. Linda Hamilton didn't become an action heroine until
Till
Terminator 2
2.
Judgment Day.
Mhm.
So the fact of the matter is, if Sigourney Weaver doesn't set the plate, no one eats. No one.
So I just Googled first action movie with female lead. The first
Jennifer Lawrence.
Hunger Games.
Of course.
The Hunger Games.
Oh Jesus Christ! Google what the
1952 Hunger Games.
wow.
Jesus,
Because
what a dullard.
out of curiosity, I was like, first action movie with female lead. Fucking Hunger Games is up, man.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
man.
so good.
So-
Google
bro.
it for
Red
yourself.
Sonja was in the 80s, right? It wasn't in the 70s.
Oh, gosh, that's
'cause
so
it was after
funny.
Conan.
Oh my god.
What a
Wait,
dullard.
the fucking the martial arts movies, right? And the Hong Kong movies with the lady. What the fuck is her name?
Yeah, like Sister Street Fighter.
Let's Google first female action hero.
I swear, man, the internet's so quick. I mean, remember when Amber Turd was on IMDb? That was like one of the best stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah, Amber Turd, like literally Amber Turd. Right?
Literally Amber Turd. Yeah, no, that's cracked me
So
up,
first female action hero when you Google as Ripley, and I'm disappointed. It should be Katniss Everdeen.
man.
So, but as Ripley in Alien 1979, Sigourney Weaver arguably birthed the female action hero. Her character's ferocity rejected tired stereotypes. Perhaps that's because the role was originally written for a man. And I'm thinking of that meme again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Was originally written for a man, and director Scott Ridley, not Ridley Scott. That's what it says here.
Oh, God.
I'm not
Did Jennifer Lawrence write that article?
Director Scott Ridley has said little changed about the character after Weaver was cast. So now I'd like to see a remake of Alien with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, me too. And technically they wouldn't have gotten it right anyway because it's not Ridley Scott, it's Sir Ridley Scott. Let's not get it twisted here.
Sir Scott Ridley.
Yeah, Sir Scott Ridley.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Oh
That
God,
is
what a dullard.
fucking Google.
Fucking internet, man. Like
Oh,
I know,
I
right?
love it, bro. It's too
Yeah.
the
funny.
gift that just keeps on giving.
So I do want to talk about Andor, this little show based off of the Star Wars, the space wizards with no wizards in this show,
I know.
and no laser swords. Holy shit! Episode 12, Rick's Road. I mean, the show just kept elevating and building up, and my God, to a great finale. I think possibly this is the best series that's been. It does stand toe to toe for me with the Mandalorian.
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, just
Ditto.
fantastic. Episode 12, Rick's Road. Cassian returns home to Ferrix, a tinderbox that is experiencing a spark of rebellion. And as they were leading to the march and the funeral, like holy shit, they have the band, and then you just see everyone is just walking, and just it almost seems like they're charging slowly, but it also feels aggressive. And I'm just like, oh shit, this is pretty tense. And then of course you got B2, he projects, a hollow message of Marva, who gives another career award-winning speech. Every time there's a
Hell yeah.
delivers a speech, like holy shit, it's like the best.
She
And,
gives you goosebumps, man.
Yeah, when she says "fight the Empire,"
No, I
originally,
really wish they kept the original line.
no,
I'm glad they didn't.
I
I'm glad
would
they
have been
didn't.
taken out of it. I would
Yeah.
have been taken out of it.
I would have been fuck the Empire. Yeah, you goddamn right. Fuck the Empire. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
when Disney immediately gets
That-
they're gonna get calls. Or like,
I was gonna say Disney was never gonna let that happen.
yeah,
I know.
They
They took it out.
Disney doesn't get their one PG-13 F bomb. Not by the parents. They weren't gonna allow that shit. They would be like, especially when the Karens came out on the loose, that wouldn't have flown.
Yeah, I mean, like when
I
like,
agree with you,
the-
Kuya, but it
the
wouldn't have
serg-
flown.
that sergeant guy said shit, right? Like,
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
caused like a stir with that shit.
well, that
Exactly.
one kind of passed. I didn't even notice it. Honestly, I didn't.
I
even
did
notice it.
because I read it. I saw the little subtitles, and I
Right.
was like, "Oh, he said shit!" Ah!
But he more said like shite. Or,
Yeah, it was.
He said shite.
He
Yeah.
said
that's why.
shite.
That's why it kind of got like.
Got
slipped
sick of
through.
that shite.
Yeah.
Ah, my
But
bad.
fantastic episode. Andor coming back, getting Bix out. and just like everything coming together. And then just the action when the shit hits the fan, like, and the people are fighting, and then someone fucking tips over B2, like that's when everyone fucking loses it because it's like it was Marva's projection that was there.
You kicked the droid, you goddamn fucker.
And then the kid
that was the tipping point.
The kid that throws the bomb at the stormtroopers, and hey, you're seeing stormtroopers that are accurate.
I know. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, are these clones? What the hell?
That's the scene that blew me away, is when he threw that bomb, and you saw, I think it's from inside the building where you saw like the window blow out, and then the two troopers like get blown into the wall. I was like, man, this is
that other kid in the room died too, right? The one
that was snitching.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think he was still alive.
Okay.
I can't remember. He might have died.
Our Beskar alarm guy with the banging, like they were like, stop that guy. And I was thinking, like, get a sharpshooter to shoot, or even the stormtroopers gonna just take him out with their blaster. They're pretty accurate.
No, but let me go climb this big let me climb this ladder.
And then he get fucking thrown. Like, holy shit.
He got kicked out like Sparta, dude.
And then I did like Cyril coming after his lady and watching her from a distance.
Oh God!
I'll be your hero, baby. I'll be your bodyguard. They should have played Whitney Houston's.
Dude, I love he thought she was gonna die. I thought she was gonna die for a second there. I was like, she might end up being gone, but
pretty damn intense because she was caught in there and she was shaking. She was trembling. I have a feeling the next time we see them in season 2,
I think they're gonna
the
fuck.
opening shot will be.
I really think they're gonna fuck.
Oh yeah, no, that's why the opening shot will be he's in bed, or he looks over, and then you see her like naked, like, right next to him. So
was it good for you
under the
too?
Sheets, of course.
Under the sheets, yeah.
Was it good for you too?
No, because I don't know, man. That guy with the creepy ass eyes, like stalking the girl. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, he said he wants to be under her.
I want to be under you.
Can I just sniff the panties?
Give me some of that ISB.
I want.
Yeah.
Indoor.
And then
Our safe word is indoor.
Fantastic stuff with what's his name? With
oh my God.
My goodness. Skarsgård. Luthen.
Oh yeah.
Who was planning to kill Andor. They were like, kill him. Like, let's close this loop. But Andor gets the drop on him in his ship. And then of course Mon Mothma is now with her daughter, is set up for the arranged marriage.
I like how Mon Mothma fucking like finessed that shit with
her husband. Yeah,
with the husband's like, you're fucking gambling again. You're fucking gambling again.
Yeah,
like, I'm not gambling. Like, we're losing money. Blah blah blah. Fucking, we're not losing money. God damn it.
Who told you?
She threw that man under the bus. No problem.
Hey, you know what? Fuck that guy.
I mean, for the greater good, I want to build my rebellion. So fuck my asshole of a husband.
I know, fuck that guy, dude.
He was a cuck anyway. Get rid of him.
And that's the thing, though. I think that's why it's okay, especially for fans. It's like, that's kind of okay because he's a jerk anyway.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
He was a good guy. Then we would have been like, fuck Mon Mothma.
Yeah,
yeah, but then it was like, no. She started the rebellion. So no, she's okay.
Yeah,
she's kind of a bad mom for letting the kid,
That's what she wants, though. That's what her daughter wants.
Exactly.
And she was having a hard time with it. Like, what are you gonna do? Rip it away from her? Like, that never goes well.
Right.
I told you about that teen angst that I fucking hate and all that stuff. And then I guess I realize now that teen angst is because like she's fucking Republican.
Oh my God.
So instead of Mon Mothma's liberal,
you had to ruin it and make it political. Kuya.
No, I'm just saying, like, instead of like looking at mom's political views, like, I have to be the complete opposite and be a rebel. Fuck this. Like, you want to help like poor people? Fuck that. No, I want to be ultra. I want to be like ultra, fucking whatever.
Just go ahead and say you want to say MAGA. You already crossed the line. Go ahead and say it.
No, she wants to be ultra traditional with all the fucking. Oh yeah, I want to get like married like with somebody I don't fucking know.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
That's
that's
her
her choice,
choice.
though. And
Yeah,
she found it. She found the thing.
Her body, her choice.
Exactly. So there you go.
So
There
hey,
you go.
hey,
I guess.
So, and she looked excited too. It was like, I'm gonna get married. Like, how old is this girl? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
Uh,
what are your guys' like the best like during the whole entire season? What is the highlight of everything for you?
Mm,
The whole show is the whole highlight for me.
it's a
Everything.
trip. Yeah. I mean, I
I
think I don't know. It's tough because like if I'm gonna think about the show, I think I directly think about one scene,
yeah.
and I think oh my gosh. So obviously I think it's gonna be Luthen's monologue on the when he's talking to that one guy they had on the inside of the ISB.
Yeah.
Um
Lyle or something. Lyle.
yeah, I think that his I think his monologue is honestly really hard hitting in the sense that like he will never see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he will do whatever it takes and he will sacrifice who needs to be sacrificed in order to get that. And he wouldn't even call it a greater good when he was talking to
Because he doesn't even know, right? He's like, I'm not even sure if what we're
yeah.
doing is the absolute best thing for the whole galaxy, but
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
this Empire thing is not. So,
Yeah.
but for me, the highlight is the fucking spaceship lightsaber. I don't want to be, I don't want to be an asshole and be like, oh, I whatever. Just as soon as I saw the lightsaber and then it sliced up the TIE fighters, I'm like, oh man, oh that was beautiful. That was kind of cool. And this is coming from the guy that fucking hates, that loves Andor because it's non-traditional Star Wars. But like when I saw the spaceship with the lightsaber, I was like, wow, that's pretty
you
cool.
got a chub. You got a chub. You can just
Hey,
say
Gotcha.
it.
everybody did.
Gotcha. That
Come
Kanye
on, man.
thing. Gotcha.
Everybody did.
How could you not think that one scene where the stream of asteroids while the TIE
Oh,
fighters
the
were
the
flying
eye,
off?
yeah, the eye was pretty
Dude,
cool.
that scene was something else. Gosh, bro.
Yeah,
So
no,
awesome.
like the whole season was absolutely great, man. And I don't understand why some fans think it's like, you know, like there's fucking bricks.
Dude, I'm sorry. What a stupid. I could see the screws. There's
It's
bricks.
Can we talk about that fucking guy like real
Not
quick?
Star Wars anymore. There's bricks and screws.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, man? There were screws and other stuff in the other movies too. I don't want to hear. Look, man, you can have your opinions. That's also you can have your opinions. I think that one. I think that one you're just pulling it apart way too
Fucking
much,
Naboo was like a whole city of bricks.
dude.
And,
It's
and
just
and he mentions that took him out. That took him out of it. I'm like,
right.
that took
Right.
you out of it? Really? That took you out of it? Like, huh?
I think if you're gonna put it into words, I think again, I'm assuming I'm not gonna speak for the guy, but like I think what happens is that we're spending a lot of time with the characters and not with these really intriguing action scenes or anything like that.
Yep.
So our eyes are drawn to the other things around what's happening because things are so it's like things are so slowed down. You're almost
Mhm.
watching Star Wars in slow-mo, so you're able to see everything. And
Yep.
that's not a bad thing in this series. It's just that like we're able to see everything, so we're able to nitpick so much more. And it's like in this series, I can honestly say there was not one cringy moment. So I was never pulled out because of bad dialogue or bad writing. I was only
Wait,
pulled
wait, wait,
out.
wait, 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 Jester. But
Yes.
I'm a tourist.
Even
But
then,
I'm a tourist.
I didn't find it cringy. I didn't find it
No,
weird
that's
at
cool.
all. I just there were certain parts where I could see his argument
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like that gun looks like an AK or that wall looks a little too bricky, or I could see a couple like I remember there's one scene where you see the camera that's looking down at Biggs or whatever her name is. And I saw like two screws and I'm like, man, that's kind of crazy. But like we never got those close-ups. You know what I mean? Like, can you guys even remember a time when we had so much time in the TIE fighter cockpit? Like, we actually get to see everything in that
Yeah.
cockpit for like a good while in every scene that they're in.
Like
So,
when they were like powering up the TIE fighter, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were like they were
we're
doing all
seeing
that stuff.
everything, and like I like that attention to detail. It's just something that I'm not used to in Star Wars, so it took me a little bit to get used to it. And I understand that at times it pulls you out, but I don't think that it's a valid like argument of like, this is taking me out of Star Wars. This is not Star Wars, because I guarantee you, give it another season, the pacing of what the show is going to be because of how last season was. You won't even be thinking about those things anymore. I wasn't even thinking about those things towards the last 3 episodes of the series. It just wasn't in my mind because I was too focused on the story and what they were doing. So
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jester, but we're also, I can see his point of view, but we're also getting into nitpicky bullshit. It's not, the screws is not like we're talking about a Starbucks coffee in the middle of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's stop this. This just goes all the way back to the hills are dug in so far into the trenches because of The Last Jedi. And that's why we're not going to give it a chance.
Yeah.
There are certain people, we all, especially Kuya, because he can't let it go. We like to joke about how Jester hated The Last Jedi. There are people out there that make Jester look like a cub when it comes to The Last Jedi.
Absolutely.
They don't even have any, they don't think that it has one bit of redeemable value whatsoever at all because of Kathleen Kennedy. And because of that, their heels are dug into the trenches and they weren't even going to give Andor a chance from the jump street. So we got to nitpick screws, nuts, bolts, shit that you find at the Home Depot.
Pacing, right?
Exactly.
Pacing.
Stop it. Just cut the bullshit.
You know how fucking boring Empire Strikes Back was with all the talking?
Shut up, Kuya.
See?
I'm trying to get a rise out of here.
Now that you mentioned The Last Jedi,
it's just cut the shit.
The title of this article from IndieWire.com is Andor is the best Star Wars since The Last Jedi.
Oh, wait, whoa, shit. Holy crap.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, okay.
God damn, okay.
Had to do it.
IndieWire. Oh, damn.
I haven't read it yet, but I will share it on the group.
There's a credible source.
Because I'm curious.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's brutal. Come on.
Hey, but you know what? Like Star Wars Theory had this like valid point. Instead of fucking wasting money on Andor season 2, he had this brilliant idea of having a background story for General Grievous.
Okay, good for him. I'm really happy.
I'm still waiting for his Vader episode 2. He's made so much money off of merch and off his views. Where's Vader episode 2, bro? Where's Mace Windu versus Darth Vader?
He's still working on it. He dropped whatever, I don't remember, like some animated thing that he did, a CGI thing.
He needs to get off his fucking like what it's not even a high horse. What's that fucking thing that
get
Han
off the soapbox.
No, the thing that the Wampa. Get off of the fucking Wampa, you goddamn.
You're right, Wampas.
I think he's being a real negative Nelly, and like, it's just like.
Well, he's another one of those, just like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. They're dug into the trench. He's buddies with him, and they're dug into the trenches of never again with Star Wars as long as Kathleen Kennedy is in charge.
Yeah, that Den of Geek cuck too. Fucking.
It just seems like he's so on the point of like, and I understand. I understand his point of view. He's so on the point of like, Dave and John can do no wrong, and like that's who I want doing everything. And like, while I in a sense can agree with that statement, this guy, what's his name, Tony Gilroy, can't remember his name.
Tony
Gilroy has proven to me he could be a very effective storyteller in the Star Wars universe.
I agree. Like he did his thing. Like you can nitpick all you want about Andor. What you can't nitpick is his, like you said, Jester, his storytelling was immaculate.
And he didn't even take shortcuts with like naming planets or doing new planets. He was taking from old lore. So like I'm thankful that he was doing that kind of stuff.
And see, that's the great balance. I didn't even know that because it's no secret that I don't hate space wizards, but I'm a Star Trek guy, especially Deep Space Nine. And this got me the closest in my feelings to Deep Space Nine for Star Wars as I possibly can get. And that's why I respect Andor, because it was just like Deep Space Nine. It's great storytelling. You didn't need shit to go boom, bang, kaboom like a Michael Bay film every 30 seconds to get my attention.
Mhm.
At first, I will admit, I was like, eh. But then once we got through the meat and potatoes and we went through the entire season, this is right up there with, like I said, Star Trek Deep Space Nine storytelling. It's immaculate. You got to give, even if you didn't like The Last Jedi or any of the other shit or The Rise of Skywalker, Tony's not responsible for those projects. So you got to give credit where credit is due. When someone hits it out of the park, you give them the credit.
Yep.
And some people just can't do it.
And the perfect example for how Andor is gravitating towards the masses is like it's Pinhead. Pinhead he knows about Star Wars, but he's not like a fan.
Yeah.
Right? He knows about it. He saw the movies and all that stuff, but he's not a fan. But he absolutely loves this part of the universe, and he wants more of it, and he wants more of the stories because again, it's great storytelling.
Exactly.
Like I understand, like their issue. One of the biggest issues is the pacing, but like you have to world build first. We got to know, we got to find out like the background of the rebellion, like how all of these factions, they don't even fucking get along, right? It wasn't like one of those like things like, oh, Mon Mothma like called everybody on the phone. It's like, hey, I'm gonna build a rebellion. Are you in? Yeah, I'm cool. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't fucking work that way, and that's why I love it. I love the fact that the protagonist Andor, like the shit that he does is for himself and for Marva and for his little knit family. He doesn't give a shit about the rebellion. He never gave a shit about that up until the very last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally think that the reason he's in the rebellion is to fucking avenge Marva.
Do her last wish. That's her last wish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
also
see
want
that.
to mention that manifesto that what's his name gives him.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
they pointed out that in Rogue One, Andor looks like he's wearing that manifesto on his shoulder.
like the little thingy.
Yeah, it looks like that device is tied or is banded on his jacket.
So cool.
It looks the same. It looks like the same device. So I'm like, wow, if that's it, that's pretty cool. Attention to detail, and it shows you like, hey, this is where that's from, and that means a lot, and that's why he's wearing it literally right on his sleeve. So
that's cool.
Any other closing thoughts on Andor? And season 2 is filming right now, but we may not get it until
2025.
2024. Oh no, this is no Avatar sequel.
Yeah, James Cameron didn't start this shit, so it should be a little closer.
I think that this show will be I think this show will be like a Princess Bride. It didn't do so well when it came out, but then later down the road it becomes one of the all-time best movies I've ever seen.
The most beloved.
Yeah, and I just think
it's
that
like
this show,
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and I just think it's going to be one of those, unfortunately, and I am very thankful that they're giving him the 2 seasons, because he said he only wanted to do 2 seasons, like it was going to be a one and done, and that was it. And I'm glad they're giving it to him. But yeah, I think it is the best Star Wars I have seen in a very long time. I'll put it right next to Mandalorian. But I think they're both different. I think they're both so different that I can't really compare and say, yeah, this one was good as this one. I just think that I love them both equally, but Andor has to be some of the best Star Wars storytelling I've seen in a long time.
I agree. Yeah, and like I've been saying, like ever since we started talking about Andor in this podcast, I am so fucking happy that I was completely wrong about this.
So am I.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember the Jester, like when I said this, I was like, I don't want no fucking Andor series. Fuck the Andor. Fuck
Yeah,
all the. I remember that, and I was like, now I'm like, yeah, I'm an asshole. I really love Andor.
Yeah, you're into Star Wars theory came out, so you're like,
Yeah,
I remember telling you guys it was going to be the worst show ever made,
Right?
or it was going to be the best ever made. There was going
Right?
to be no middle.
There's no
I know
middle.
about you guys. I've always had faith. So there you go.
Yeah, yeah. No, Mike was always there.
Yeah. Mike has always have that rebellion hope.
I knew
you
it.
know what
I
I'm saying?
knew it.
It's hope. It's all we have.
Yeah.
All we have is our hope.
In my world, it means hope. It's like a river. It's like a river.
It's like a
Holy
river.
Fucking Justice League. Fuck you.
It's
So
like a river.
I do remember Brad. I was talking to Brad, and when the first few episodes were out of Andor, he was like, "When do you have to get a show about Andor? Who the fuck cares about Andor?"
Oh yeah, he was on one for sure.
But now talking to him, also he's like,
He's like, oh, I'm fucking.
sucking the ghost dick.
Nah,
Yeah.
he still has a problem because I say he still has a problem. Now he thought the show was fantastic and was fantastically done. His argument though is that he really wished it wasn't Andor. It was somebody else he thought was cool.
"Okay."
And like I understand that argument. Like, dude, I wish the deepest, darkest desire that it was like Obi-Wan, that Obi-Wan had this writing. But you know what? We got hot garbage instead, and that's okay.
Hey, we
But-
saw an Obi-Wan fucking Darth Vader fight again, so it was pretty cool.
You know, but let's see.
I'm okay with that.
And that's the thing. Like, I do.
Jester's
Like,
still
there's-
bitter with the Book of Boba, so
I am, dude. You know, and
that's what you really wanted. You wanted that to be Andor.
I
And
know,
see,
you-
and see that's Brad's argument. Like his argument is that he really wished it was another character that probably deserved it more. You know what I mean? And
I see that point. Yeah.
yeah, and I understand that. And there's a part of my heart that breaks too. And I wish that Book of Boba had this.
Yeah,
you know?
but back to tank. It's more important. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
See what-
and random spinnies. That's good too. You know, I think that's awesome. Not.
And Vespas on the
No.
Tatooine.
Wait.
on the Tatooine desert,
Remember?
on a Tatooine. But that's why when you look at Andor visual, just from a visual standpoint,
Yep.
it stands right beside the original A New Hope.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, it
Because
does.
you can almost people can almost like touch the stuff because it's not CGI.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean
was
there is
great.
CGI, but it just feels more natural. It doesn't look video gamey. There's
Mhm.
so many extra, like they, for whatever reason, they had a huge budget for this. They built sets, they built props, and all these things that and that's the thing. I hope that with
Did Diego Luna like fork up money for this shit?
well, he's a producer. He's an
He's an
executive.
executive
Yeah.
producer, right?
Yeah, and
He
I
probably
think,
forked up money for this shit.
well, I don't know about that.
I mean, like he can use the Narcos money. I mean, he got fucking paid in Narcos.
I guess,
know.
but
yeah.
no actor in their right mind would want to fork out their own money. for
He
production.
wanted this done properly. That's what he said.
Yeah, but Ewan McGregor was also an executive producer on Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, but he's a fucking. Oh,
What? What are you gonna say about Obi-Wan?
he's a good sushi chef. There you go. Fucking
What?
slicing up the little
See,
fucking
The
whatever.
problem I have with Obi-Wan is the way it ends with that confrontation with Vader. You're just gonna walk away. Vader knows you're alive. Yeah, you were beaten. I kind of wish that I was
Yeah.
hoping that Obi-Wan would lose. I was hoping that Obi-Wan, or I guess Obi-Wan could have still won, but then Vader kind of has to think that Obi-Wan is dead or something. Something.
I think
happened
that
where-
if Vader buried him with the rocks and left, and then Obi-Wan was able to come out,
that would have been a
made
much
more
better ending.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Right.
just-
I believe Ewan McGregor forked out money just for the simple fact that he stole some of his girlfriend's money. He's like, I ain't paying for this shit. You gonna do it? So he did as a producer. He did, but it was someone else's money.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, Mary forked the bill. She just don't know yet.
Yeah.
she's also going to be in the Ahsoka series.
Oh God.
So of course she got the hookup from
I'm sure. And
Yeah,
that's
hey,
you know,
Fuck Ahsoka.
Can you get me a job there? By the way,
Daddy.
how's that Ahsoka or how's that Clone Wars and Rebels.
love the Clone Wars, but
Mhm.
I still hate that bitch. Like,
What season are you at?
I'm on episode 3 of season 2.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
it gets better. It gets
you're
better.
gonna
It gets
you're
better.
gonna hate her for a while. My wife still hates her because that's where she stopped.
Oh.
It gets
Because I did
better.
start Rebels as well. Like I was talking on the group chat. I have like undiagnosed dyslexia, so I have to have shit be mashed up. So I'm gonna be watching both of them at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Especially because
enjoy.
my boy, my the greatest WWE writer of all time, Freddie Prince Jr. is a voice on Rebels. I gotta
Yeah.
He
listen to my
is.
boy.
He
Star
became one of
Wars
my
isn't a
favorite
video
characters.
game. You don't get to level up.
Oh, dude, his rant cracked me up, bro. That was so
There's
Dave
no
funny.
such
Filoni
thing as a
told
great.
me, taught George Lucas, so I've learned from the best. That's
There's no
fucking
great
funny.
Jedi. Fuck that.
Yeah, there is no great Jedi.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon
there
said,
is.
I turn to the light because it's there.
Well,
You can tell I've seen it a few times, so I memorized.
Well, I'm glad you guys. I'm glad that happened because now you guys are in my ballpark because he's had practice from having to deal with WWE fanboys. So that's where he gets that from. That
Oh,
energy. That's where he gets that
yeah.
energy because he's been fighting WWE fanboys for years. So
Makes sense.
and he's more passionate about, and he's pretty passionate about wrestling, but he's even
He
more
is.
passionate about Space Wizards. So that tells you a lot. He's had practice.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
hey, his wife, he got to play the seventh sister as well
Yes, she did.
on Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's nice. It's nice when your significant other
the
has a Star
family.
Wars job because you know you can easily tell him, "Hey, let him tell him I want to play a voice. I want to play a character." So speaking of fanboys, we're going from the Space Wizards universe. We're going to the DC universe.
The other fan base. There you go.
On December
Get the
7th.
Grace Randolph ready.
Oh, she's fucking happy. The
Oh, she
Snyderverse
is. She's
dead.
tap
The
dancing. all
Snyderverse is
grave.
dead. On December 7th, Variety published an article with the title Wonder Woman 1984 sequel on ice, potential Man of Steel 2 in jeopardy as Warner Brothers considers major DC reboot. And of course, with that title, you're going to get all the reaction from the fans
Mhm.
who were just excited to see Henry Cavill come back on the big screen in Black Adam.
And they were also excited to see or to find out that James Gunn is going to be like, you know, heading up DC, right? So they were
Yeah.
all they're like, oh yay, we have a champion, yeah.
Fuck your happiness.
So yeah, with that, the article reads a sequel to 2020's Wonder Woman 1984 from director Patty Jenkins is not moving forward at Warner Brothers as new DC Studios chiefs James Gunn and Peter Safran prepare to unveil their strategy next week for the future of DC adaptations to Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav. Only Gunn and Safran know for sure what they'll be saying to Zaslav, but the presentation has the potential to mark a critical inflection point for the company, with a very real possibility that the cinematic universe created by filmmaker Zack Snyder would reach a definitive end following the premiere of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in December 2023. According to a studio insider, after Jenkins submitted a treatment for the third Wonder Woman, she was informed by studio leadership that it did not mesh with Gunn and Safran's emerging plans for the DC universe, and the studio would not make the project. Curiously, on Monday, Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot posted to social media that she was so grateful for the opportunity to play such an incredible, iconic character, and that she can't wait to share her next chapter with you, sparking widespread speculation as to what that next chapter would be. Representative for Warner Brothers declined to comment, and a rep for Jenkins did not respond to a request for comment, but supposedly, Patty Jenkins worked with Jeff Johns, who, yes, is a good writer, is a great writer in DC Comics, and has worked on certain projects.
But he's a cuck.
Like Stargirl and the Justice League. And however, he is an asshole.
Yep.
And Patty Jenkins knows that, and yet she chose to work with him. And part of that treatment was supposedly, you know, they didn't like it. And James Gunn said, that's not going to fit. As far as Man of Steel star Henry Cavill also recently teased, of course, that he was set to reprise his performance as Superman. He posted on his social media the Monday of following the opening weekend of Black Adam that he's back, and he can't wait to share more. He just can't say anything just yet. But supposedly right now, I forgot which director I was. There was a director that showed.
Machete. It was Machete.
There was another one. I don't know if it was Andy Muschietti, but there was another director that basically gave a pitch for the Man of Steel sequel. The studio did not like it, and they're still looking for.
It was Abrams.
Which one?
Was it J.J. Abrams?
No, that was years ago. Hold on, I'm looking for it. I can't remember the director's name. Oh, the by the Peaky Blinders creator.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What's his name? I'm trying to look for it here.
What the hell is his name?
Yeah. Let's see.
Talking about the showrunner or the actual creator?
Stephen Knight, whose work
Stephen
includes
Knight, yeah.
Peaky Blinders and C. Ultimately, Roven and Knight's pitch was not well received by DeLuca and Abdi, and the project was put on hold after James Gunn and Peter Safran were hired. So the pitch was just before James Gunn and Peter Safran were hired. So now, yeah, it is kind of in a standstill as far as that. So they're still looking for who will be able to direct that Man of Steel sequel. And of course, aside from that, there was a reshoot. Supposedly, Henry Cavill filmed a scene for the Flash movie where Superman is now going to be in the Flash movie because, if we're going to have Supergirl and we're going to have Zod, hey, we got to have Superman, right? But supposedly that has now been cut. Ben Affleck in the Aquaman sequel was supposed to show up. That scene supposedly has now been cut. So that's why there's word that they are killing the Snyderverse. Everything is cutting out. They're cutting it out. They're ending it, which to a certain extent, I actually thought, you know what? Fine. It seems like the best way to really move forward is to completely do a reboot. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I have, and I'm sure a lot of fans would most likely agree with me as well. You have Gal Gadot, who mostly everyone loves as Wonder Woman. You have Henry Cavill, who fans have fucking begged to see back as Superman. And you have Jason Momoa, and supposedly Jason Momoa's Aquaman will be Aquaman one final time in that Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And supposedly he's now going to play Lobo after that. But here's the thing. If you're going to completely reboot and erase everything Snyder, wait a minute. That show that you made, Peacemaker, interacted with Snyderverse character. And granted, it was a cameo, but of course, Peacemaker will stay because it was a huge hit, right? And wait a minute. How about that Suicide Squad? Margot Robbie stays as Harley Quinn? But wait a minute. That's part of the Snyderverse. So is she going to stay? That's the thing, right? Is going to be all or nothing. That's my thing.
Right.
And I do wish that we could have, and that's the thing. There's those other Snyder fans that are not willing to support anything DC. They want to see Justice League. They want to see the Snyderverse restored or nothing at all. And I'm like, but that's their thing. I can't speak for them. But to me, I love DC as a whole, that I supported Black Adam.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what they come up with next. I would love to see Zack Snyder finish Justice League 2 and 3, but it looks like that's not going to happen anymore. But hey, how about you wrap up Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman with a trilogy, and that Jason Momoa finish it after Aquaman 2? Fine. What about Henry Cavill? Can we at least give them their final swan songs and then restart? But I guess that's not. Who knows? So James Gunn basically came out and said, and then there was another Variety article, and he basically said,
"I'm your tits."
Some things we've decided on, some things we haven't, some things are still up in the air. So they are still planning. He did tweet that background image that Kuya has, that they're making plans They are working through the holiday season, coming up with this big, plan for the DC universe on film, TV, and video games, which will supposedly also connect and align with each other. So, and if James Gunn has learned anything from Zack Snyder in what Zack Snyder posts and tweets, whether it's something subtle, James Gunn posting a picture of Alex Ross's beautiful artwork
Kingdom
of
Come.
Kingdom Come. I mean, you don't just post an image like that and say making plans. I mean, you're gonna have to, maybe eventually, hopefully, who knows, that it'll lead to a Kingdom Come like cinematic scenario. People were asking him, and that's the thing, he's very responsive on Twitter. Someone asked him, or someone said, I heard you don't like Henry Cavill. And then James Gunn replied and said, false. Like, I heard you moved out of your mom's basement or something like that. Like, he actually gets back at people and does not give a shit. So it's interesting to see what'll happen. I'm going to patiently wait. But when Variety publishes an article with that title, it's meant to get clicks. That's for sure. So
and I really think that that's the only reason like people was in an uproar because Variety like placed that fucking title
right,
like
because
that.
it's an official trade and it's legit news. So it's not like it's made up by
Like
Joe Schmo.
nothing in the article said that Gal Gadot will not be Wonder Woman anymore. Nothing in that article
Right.
said that Henry Cavill isn't going to play Superman. Nothing in that article said that Aquaman or Jason Momoa is gonna be stopped or Ben Affleck, etc., etc. So people are just overreacting for
So
overreacting
as
sake.
far as those things, there have been screenings with
Mhm.
those scenes cut out.
Yeah,
That's
no, but that's the thing. Maybe again, James Gunn in his he is the biggest fan of comic books. He loves comic books. He loves stories. That's all he wants to do is to tell stories.
He's the
The couple,
biggest fan.
huh?
He's the biggest fan of comic books.
He's
Really?
a fan. Oh, he's not as big as Soups. Don't get me wrong, but
I was
he.
thinking about you and Rob from
Oh,
Comic Explain. Like he's
oh no
bigger than
no no
that.
Rob no no
Really?
Rob is a big fucking fan of comic books.
Really?
I love comics. I love the stories and all that stuff, but I don't have the means to express my my creativity in that sense. James Gunn has he has it. He has the ideas of what he envisions the DC universe to be. And he has an idea. He spoke with his what's his name? Peter, right? Is it Peter? Peter's
Peter Safran. Yeah.
yeah,
Saffron,
Yeah.
the money guy.
Yeah.
the
And
Conjuring guy.
so he they have an idea of where they want to take this this universe to which direction that they want to do this. Is it going to sacrifice the Snyder cut or does the Snyderverse? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. As far as I know, they're good friends, right, Mike? Snyder and James
Yeah.
Gunn.
I mean, or at least they have a respect for each other. Yeah.
Yeah, they love each other's work or something like that. So they had so he's not gonna fucking just chop off and leave everything that he created aside. He'll of course he's gonna do something. You know, like he's leaving Matt Reeves's Batman alone because again, that's Matt Reeves. That's Matt Reeves's universe. Like
Well, he
he's
also doesn't have a choice because those are already deadlocked.
yeah.
So he
Right.
can't touch them anyway.
I mean, the same thing with the Snyderverse because the fans love fucking the Snyderverse. He's not gonna be like he's not gonna say like, oh, it's fucking dead. He's just gonna be like, okay, it's part of the DC universe, but it's gonna be on this side of things. But we're gonna concentrate on this side of the other side of things. That's where he wants to tell the story. And like when people were overreacting, when I saw the article, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna like all the DC fans are gonna fucking go ape shit, and they're gonna fucking reignite, restore the Snyderverse. Fucking, I support
Because
Ray
that's the
Fisher.
thing. It's already
Yeah,
a fractured fan base. It's
yeah,
already
it
a
is.
fractured franchise. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
James Gunn knows that. He even tweeted, like, we know that there's already things established that people like, but they also know that they have to move forward. So how do they do it? But that's the thing. That's my thing, though. If you're not gonna, if Henry Cavill is no more as Superman, and the last thing that we got is him is Black Adam, like, okay, and then you're gonna recast a new Superman when you have all these people that love Henry Cavill
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah, but he's not gonna do that. So he's gonna be like Henry Cavill's still gonna be Superman as far as we're concerned.
Hopefully, we'll see. We will see.
But like 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 that's why I said relax, like in the private chat. I was just like, because like even the nerds in the forums that I look at, they're just like, half of them is just like, let's fucking burn the Warner Brothers now, or
Grace
yeah,
Randolph.
yeah, and then the other half is like, just relax, fucking just there's a plan somewhere. Like, at least there's a fucking plan. That's actually basically what they're that's basically what they're saying, is like, there's a plan, there's an actual plan, and the CEO is okay with it. So that for me, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm again, I love the Snyderverse. I love what Zack Snyder did with his world building and everything. But I also love the DC universe. So I just want good stories. That's all I want. So if we have to put up with like fucking a Solomon Grundy solo movie to get like Man of Steel 2 or whatever,
No,
I don't know if we're gonna.
no,
hey, you know what? I'm willing to bite that bullet. You know what I mean?
that'll
But
fracture the fan base even more. No,
it's something. It's something. I just wait until things happen.
Yeah,
Just wait.
it's growing pains. That's the thing too.
Yeah. Like, look at Marvel now. Fucking, like, they want to burn Kevin Feige at the stake because fucking the fourth whatever is like
Phase 4.
Phase 4 sucks balls.
It does, dude. It's horrible. Phase 4 is absolute garbage.
But trust, because Phase 5 and 6 is gonna be fucking amazing
There's
for
a
Marvel
game plan.
fans.
It's all about the passing of the torch.
I'm just letting you guys know this. If the plans are gonna be what Feige is trying to do, let Feige do the things. So just trust.
He knows what he's doing.
there's my boy Kuya back
Trust.
to drinking Coke. I like seeing that.
Trust
was
in
a-
the hot
it wa-
trash that is She-Hulk season 2, coming way before Moon Knight season 2.
It was on sale. So
Good. No more of that Pepsi shit.
Did you know? So I just found out about this earlier. Pepsi and Coke were being sold at Disneyland at the same time until 1990.
I didn't
Wow.
know that. That's pretty cool.
Coke made a deal with Disney and said, "Hey, you're not selling that shit here anymore."
Yeah,
Selling
get that
I
Pepsi
was
shit
like,
out.
wow, I didn't even know that you could have that they were doing that at the same time.
Hey.
So really,
Maybe because Pepsi was way too popular, and then like Coca-Cola got be like, oh,
Well,
one and two.
before the 90s. So that was right in 1990. So ever since
Before
they
the
opened, we've been selling both Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah.
So
Well,
really
whichever.
fascinating.
But
So,
everybody
yeah.
likes RC Cola anyways. So.
What? But yeah, so
RC Cola.
that's the latest with DC.
Let's trust.
I'm patiently waiting
Yeah.
for the big announcement. Are we gonna see a slate and all the big titles? I am excited though for so the Flash. There are some promotional images that are now leaking. And the early comparisons for the Flash movie is that it's like Spider-Man No Way Home level.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And then
We'll
So I
see.
guess Tobey Maguire and fucking what's his name is gonna show up also in this
well,
movie?
you got Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton. Oh, and the canceled Michael Keaton Batman movie Supposedly that was a Batman Beyond movie.
Yeah,
So
I heard about that.
yeah, there you go. I forgot. Oh, and they had CCXP, which is the Brazilian Comic Con, which is huge. They released an official release date for the Blue Beetle movie, which thank goodness has not been canceled. And I guess that one everyone's excited,
Yeah,
especially
the Mexicans are
Warner
gonna,
Brothers.
all the Mexicans are gonna riot if they fucking cancel Blue Beetle, dude. That's their hero.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It's
they lost.
Jaime, right?
We
It's
lost
Jaime, right?
Batgirl. It is Jaime and it is Zolo from Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is gonna go Blue Beetle.
Nice.
So it'll be only this was, by the way, this was supposed to be an HBO Max release. They have upgraded it to a big screen release. It'll be released in theaters August 18. So we did get a poster, teaser poster with the Blue Beetle scarab. No teaser yet, no trailer, but I'm sure that will be coming sooner or later. So we have that, and then of course we also got, before we have Jester give his thoughts on Violent Night. We did get right from the same convention, CCXP. They released new trailers for Transformers Rise of the Beasts, which will be released on June 9th, 2023. And then the Flash, which is originally supposed to release June 23rd, 2023, has now been moved up 1 week to June 16, because you want to get away from Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford, because you ain't going to make as much money in a week other than at least getting a 2-week head start. So yeah, the Flash is now going to release on June 16th, and then Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, June 30th. We also got we finally got the teaser trailer for that as well. And then I forgot to mention Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse is June 2nd. So if you thought June was not stacked enough, we have an animated Spider-Man film, Transformers, The Flash, and Indiana Jones all in 1 month.
Transformers is gonna suck.
Yeah,
I have
it
to
probably
watch.
will.
By
I
the
have to
way,
watch it. I have to watch it because my godson wants to watch the Transformers movie.
so that
It's
is
gonna
not,
be a mess. It's gonna
that
be a
is
mess.
not Jazz, that is Mirage.
Mirage.
Yeah. Let's make the
Jazz is the
Porsche.
Porsche, right?
Yeah,
Well,
Jazz is the Porsche.
Well,
Get
and
the
the
fuck outta
reason
here.
for you, Kuya, we know this is confirmed by the producers and the director. The reason this is a mishmash, it will be a prequel, a sequel, and a reboot all in the same film.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
That was
Wow.
confirmed by the director and the producers. It will be a prequel, a sequel, and a reboot all in the same
What
film.
a feat.
So it's gonna be a mess. I didn't get to see my Dinobot in because we saw Cheetor and we saw Rhinoceros, but I didn't see Dinobot in there, and he should be in this damn film.
Where the fuck is Grimlock? Where's Snarl?
No,
He was in the-
those
he
are
was
the
in the fourth-
Dinobots.
He
I'm
was in
talking
Age of
about,
Extinction.
and those are the Dinobots. I'm talking about Dinobot himself. He's the Starscream of Beast Wars.
Oh,
I didn't see him. I didn't see him in the trailer. Maybe we'll get it in the next one. But like I said, the director and the producers have confirmed this is a reboot, a prequel, and a sequel all in the same fucking film. It will be an
Wow.
absolute mess.
Wow.
Yes.
so the new
Because
Bumblebee
they're
is
telling their own
is Mirage
story.
then.
No, you see
So-
Bumblebee here, right?
No,
Yeah.
he converted back into the fucking like piece of shit that piece of shit car that he was.
That's part of the sequel and the reboot.
the old ass Camaro.
That's part of the sequel and the reboot.
Yeah. So you want to know who voices Mirage?
Oh, no.
Everybody's favorite fuckboy, Pete Davidson.
Oh God.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, he is, because Pete Davidson is in this film.
You want to know who voices Optimus Primal?
I don't even care
Ron
anymore. I'll just
Perlman.
wait.
Ron Perlman. Michelle Yeoh is Maximal Eraser. Peter Dinklage is Scourge. Lisa Koshy is RC. RC, by the way, looks fantastic. Like true to the G1 look. So yeah, it looks cool, but that's the thing. It's a teaser trailer and it's 2 minutes. I'm like, teaser trailers are like 1 minute, 1 minute 30 the most. I'm like, but they showed a lot. But I think they also showed a lot for a reason, because they're like, we want to get butts in theaters. We want here, look at all this cool Transformer action. But you know what I miss? I miss the story.
You know what I miss, Mike? I miss fucking Jazz being a Porsche instead of fucking Mirage.
Well, hold on. In the Michael Bay Transformers movie, when the Autobots arrive, they scan the first vehicle they see.
The
So
second in command got snapped in half.
Right.
The second most powerful Autobot in the cartoon.
That's so powerful in the movies. Michael Bay said, "Yeah."
and then like the goodbye is, oh, Jazz.
And this film is a mess because they're championing to Beast Wars. In Beast Wars, there are no humans, but yet we have to have humans.
Right. We have to have
because fuck humans. Humans.
Have
we're the most important thing in the universe. God damn it.
Well,
oh
see,
yeah.
The thing that I miss about the first movie, because Michael Bay even said it, the story of that first Transformers movie is about a boy and his car, and you get it in that movie. You get it with Shia LaBeouf's. I mean, he was fucking hilarious.
Hey, for all the faults, the first movie was great. It was a great fucking watch.
Pretty damn entertaining.
I had issues because fucking Bumblebee wasn't a fucking Camaro, but I was willing to bite the bullet and say okay. But then the second in command, the fucking warrior of the Autobots, Jazz, got snapped in half.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the end, the war or the battle.
I'm sorry, you have to take that up with Michael Bay. I didn't realize we were doing Transformers.
Yeah, because
and
fucking.
I will say I do have a special place for the first Transformers place in my heart, because we got a teaser trailer for Cloverfield at the beginning of that, and that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still waiting for that sequel.
Not Cloverfield in space.
No, the original good
Cloverfield. Right. That was fantastic.
Bullshit Paradox and fuck.
Buck
Lane and all that. The real one, like
right. Yeah, that first movie, the first Transformers movie, was fantastic. I was entertained from start.
We got great Linkin Park music.
Great Linkin Park music. You had Shia LaBeouf, who was hilarious. You got Megan Fox, who was hot. You had action, cool slow mo, all the fire the 21 sable rounds.
Yeah, and
I was like, wow.
And recycled action scenes from like Michael Bay's older movies too.
Why not?
Why not, dude? He's got some of the best military footage I've ever seen in TV and movies. Like, use it.
Do you guys remember that Michael Bay movie where Ewan McGregor was a clone and all that stuff?
Yeah, the island with Scarlett Johansson.
Like that the main like scene, the car chase scene is actually the Transformers car chase scene.
So what?
Like,
so what?
But who cares? I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yep.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, especially with the Transformers for like destroying the little cars. I'm like,
you actually felt the intensity. The Autobots are trying to protect Sam, Witwicky, and the
Witwicky. Sam Witwicky.
And the fact that movie was released in 2007.
Yeah,
it still blows out She-Hulk's animation 2-1.
But you know what? Like Hulk's son had like a nice fade though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we have different definitions of the word nice.
I'd be nice fade. If I had that haircut.
Lazy is another one, but
I'd want to smash shit too if I looked like that.
Shut up, Cootie. You didn't like that show either, so just stop.
I didn't even see. I didn't even see the fucking. I stopped watching that shit.
I just watched the highlights of Soups.
Exactly. Just stop the bullshit.
Oh gosh, bro.
Yeah, She-Hulk sucked, dude. It was.
How about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? I
cried. I literally shed a tear. I shed a tear.
Indiana Jones and the what of what, because the trailer didn't tell me what it was.
Didn't even show it.
It just showing me old man Harrison Ford and then the theme, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna see this regardless. But I still don't know what the Dial of Destiny is. No, nothing. They're like keeping that hush hush, I guess, huh?
Well, yeah.
And that
Yeah.
remember that little device that they have in like when they found what they found in the Mediterranean.
No,
The one that was like,
yeah, I got that, but like the Dial of Destiny, at least when the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, like, oh, we're looking for the Crystal Skull. It's like, okay, cool, I know what you're looking for. Or
It-
the Cup of Christ. Oh, cool, I know what you're looking for.
what
The
was
Dial
what,
of Destiny. What
what was the thing that Mike? What was the thing that I hate, or the laziest form of script writing?
Time
Yes.
travel
Bingo.
and yeah, time travel.
Oh,
Unless it's Back to the Future.
If you guys,
Yeah.
oh gosh,
Why couldn't this just been called Indiana Jones and the trailer of Mid? Because this shit was mid. Like, to take from my boy MJF, you're mid.
Hey man, it's Indiana
Mid.
Jones.
You didn't like it, huh?
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. It was mid at best.
Yeah.
I shed a tear when I saw young Indiana Jones, dude. I was
The
like, wow.
aging looked fantastic.
That was kind
But
of nice.
you can relate to him being an old man. We as old men we can relate to him. But that
I wish I was younger. I wish I was
doesn't-
younger. Yep.
Me too. But that doesn't make it any less mid.
Mid.
It's mid. It's mid.
I almost
at
thought you were gonna
best.
say Mama Marva.
That too.
I
No, because I wouldn't insult Marvel like that.
I really hope that we don't see it in the next trailer, but they're keeping it a big secret that Ki Hui Kwan short round is in this movie. Because
Me too. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to hear a
Dr. Jones.
It's been
I
a
will
long
lose
time,
my
Dr.
shit.
Jones. It's been a long time, Dr.
It's
Jones.
been a long time, Dr. Jones.
And not only that, really the Nazis again. Because they were a focal point during the space race and could we no Russians, no nothing, like the Nazis again. Okay,
Yeah.
At this point, I miss the Ukrainians from
Me
Kingdom of the Crystal
too.
Skull.
me too. Because really, we got to go back to the Nazis again.
Yeah,
Was
They're not-
Saving
the
Private
Nazis-
Well,
Ryan not enough?
we had Russians in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
no, those are Ukrainians.
Ukrainians.
Was it?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were Ukrainians.
She teamed up with the Russians, but
Oh,
she was
okay.
she was the
Yeah,
main villain.
yeah, but the
Ukrainian
main
broad.
villain-
Gotcha.
But she's from
Exactly.
Ukraine.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I do remember him saying like Russians.
He was like, the way you're pronouncing those W's, I'd say
Right,
Eastern
right.
Ukraine. And then he mentioned Russians when they got to the Amazon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I secretly like that movie. A lot of people hate that movie.
It wasn't bad.
I love that movie.
It
I
wasn't bad.
enjoyed it.
I
I
enjoy
enjoyed it.
it.
I like when he got blown away in the refrigerator. Like, that was cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like, there's no way a fucking somebody would survive like a fucking nuclear blast in the fridge. It's Indiana Jones. He will
Yeah.
survive any
You
fucking
know, he fell
thing
off a plane with a life raft and he landed on the water. Like,
perfectly
He
without even
almost
like
got his heart ripped out too. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Well, I remember.
So what do you mean that people's faces don't melt off? I don't understand.
right. And then he fucking he did the leap of faith.
Yeah.
And then he found out he was just like a fucking painted fucking
Bridge
rock bridge.
and
Yeah.
the
And to call back to the Last Crusade at this point, the guy.
And then he drank the water. Fucking how old that fucking water was? Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean,
there
he
might
out-
be germs
he-
there.
He dodged a life-size boulder. But to quote the guy, when he said, "You belong in a museum, you do too, Dr. Jones," and this is even more true that Harrison Ford belongs in a museum more so than ever.
Mhm.
I will see this film
Yes.
same.
because I love Harrison. I respect Harrison.
Yeah.
But this trailer, like I said,
It's
as
mid.
MJF, it screamed mid.
Yep.
I didn't shed a tear. I didn't.
I shed a tear.
You
I
did?
didn't blow in. I didn't
did.
blow in my.
Yeah.
I just went. That was presentable.
As soon as I heard
Let's see what
the beam.
happens in the full length trailer, and then let's leave it at that, and I'll go see it. But it was mid.
Yeah.
It was mid.
Yeah, Indiana Jones is my hero, dude. Like so, like when
He's mine too. I'm not
he's
disagreeing, but
every time I see Harrison Ford, I don't see Han Solo. None at all. I always see Indy first.
well, as we've already discussed
So
earlier, I don't have the Han Solo space. I, I grew up with Indiana Jones.
Nope.
I agree. Kuya, he is my hero too. I love him. I don't like seeing my hero mid. That's all I'm saying.
hey, the trailer is just
Maybe I'll be. I hope among hopes that I am proven wrong. And the movie, I'll be like, "Sheh." I'll be the first one on this podcast to say the trailers didn't do the film justice. It wasn't mid. We'll see.
It
Let's
dialed
just
my
see.
destiny.
Yeah, I will. So I'll agree right here. I'm gonna make a declaration. I'll say it dialed my destiny. I'll say it. I'll say it with conviction too. I'm just having a bad feeling that this is going to be the Halloween ends of Indiana Jones, and I don't want that.
Just Spielberg's
So-
not even doing this one. That one like breaks my heart
Exactly,
too. You know, it's
exactly.
like,
That's
man,
another. Spielberg's not doing it, and where's George?
yeah.
Hey,
he's
so
done.
speaking of like the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones, he drank that water, right, from the cup. So he's damn near immortal, pretty much, right? I'm just saying.
Hmm.
And I want to see that on the screen.
Because he'll live like like what 200 like the knight, right? Like how old was the fucking knight?
I'm not.
7,499 years
It
old.
was like 1,000 years old or
I
something,
have
right?
Yeah.
some from the Last Crusade.
Yeah. So he drank that water, and the knight said, "You chose wisely." You know.
That's
But the-
fine. I want to see
But-
that same energy in this film to
Yeah.
keep the continuity. So that's all I'm saying. It was mid. I'll leave it at
So
that.
I googled Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It's directed by James Mangold.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So-
a different story.
Logan.
Pinhead's like,
That's a
wait, Jason.
different story
Yeah.
now. And see, that's why I don't like this trailer even more because James doesn't make fucking mid movies.
And then story by George Lucas and Philip Kaufman. So I'm like, oh,
Oh.
did this get Uncle George out of retirement?
Okay.
Executive
God, I hate
producers-
you guys.
Wait. Time out, Mike. I didn't even know it was James Mangold. So is this gonna be like the swan song for Indy?
Well, Harrison Ford said this is the last time he's going to fall down for us.
Oh my fucking god!
So yeah,
It is gonna be Logan.
I always hoped when they made Kingdom of the Crystal Skull that they would have gotten right to making another trilogy.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, that was 2008. That was how many?
Yeah, but
years
Shia
ago?
went fucking crazy, so like that
Well,
kind of
that too.
destroyed
I'm
the
like-
schedule.
Fucking Mutt Williams, Greaser, and that's the thing. I love that shit. That was awesome. Like, so it says story by George Lucas, Philip Kaufman, executive
Oh,
producers Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. So
Oh,
Uncle George still making that. Aside from selling Lucasfilm for $4.5 billion, still making that
Give me
check
the money.
from Disney now.
wait. So if Uncle George and Uncle Steven fucking bless this, then they should be okay then.
Well, yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking the reason why Steven Spielberg back off of filming this was to make The Fablemans, which is basically his childhood
His
family
life story, right?
Yeah, I think. Okay, and that's just me assuming that's why he backed off of Indiana
He
Jones.
wants his Oscar, huh?
Another one?
I guess so. Another one, because why not? But who knows? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually excited to see it and bring my dad with me.
Yeah. As soon as I heard the fucking theme song, like my eyes watered, dude. I was like, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it's directed by James Mangold. So
That's a horse of a different color. So
yeah.
Jester, what would James Mangold like make any difference for you when it comes to this movie?
So in the trailer, he's very honorary to the way Spielberg shot those movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like him a lot, but I can't really judge until I've actually seen the entire movie. I'll be, because again, I stand by this point.
Mm.
Regardless, every director has a feel to the movies that they bring to the table.
Mhm.
And Spielberg had a feel and a very unique style. And it's tough when another guy comes in and tries to either match that style, because I don't get the Spielberg feel. I get that guy's feel just looking like Spielberg. So something doesn't feel right when I'm watching it. So I won't know until I watch the movie.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, I do love that the last shot of the trailer where he starts using his whip and whipping everyone, and then everyone's like dodging the whip, and then they bring out their guns and they start, and he just ducks and they start firing. I'm like, oh shit, that was hilarious. So yeah, and I'm excited for all the Indiana Jones merch that's coming out. They're making these new 6-inch action figures like the Star Wars Black Series. So they look great. They're gonna have the 3D face printing, and they're gonna charge $30 an action figure, which is
they will.
what Hasbro is doing now.
I will say real quick, this shit makes me want to go to Disneyland and ride that damn ride.
Yes, yes. The ride is fantastic, and
The
it's
ride is
one of my
it's
favorites.
amazing.
You know, Mike,
Yeah.
I've been
Look into my
to
eyes.
I've been to like Disneyland like multiple times. I've only ridden the Indiana Jones ride once.
What?
It's probably because
Oh,
it's always broken down.
Yeah, it's either broken or it's too busy.
The line is so ridiculously long
Yeah.
every time.
I hate the line, but I love it because that's the smell. There's
Yep.
certain smells throughout that whole line that you're just like, okay.
And you're
We're
walking
here.
on the path, making sure not to step on the booby traps.
Yeah.
And then you hear
Oh.
and you hear the all the little whatever things. I was like,
Plus,
And
I
then
love when
you-
you ride it, you have a chance to taking a different way.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like that. That's so cool.
Yep. And then you hear Salah, welcome, friends,
Yeah.
in the video. So he's back as well.
I know.
Like-
Okay, so yes, that's his name. I was like, Gimli's back.
Gimli's back.
Yeah.
son of-
Yeah.
And he looks good. He looks better than Harrison.
I
so-
miss the desert. I miss the ocean. Like, wow. So yeah, I'm hoping Short Round is back at some point, because
Oh my.
real quick, I want to mention he won a Gotham Award for Best Supporting Performance for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Raymond.
And his speech is very emotional and just very true to, he has his heart on it. He's wearing his heart on his sleeve when he gives that speech. And it's just beautiful. And this guy just deserves, hopefully gets more. He will be in Loki season 2, which I'm excited for, but I really hope that they add him in some sort of capacity. This is what's supposed to be the last Indiana Jones movie.
Justice for Short Round. Let's go.
Yeah, so there you go. So right now I'm gonna pass it on to Jester, who's gonna
Hell yeah.
give his review on Violent Night.
Yes.
Are any of you guys on the fence about watching that movie?
Oh, I'm watching it anyways. So
Oh, okay.
Regardless.
It is indeed violent, and I'd say it's more violent than I thought it was going to be going into it. So, did you guys watch Bullet Train?
Yep.
Not yet. I still need to.
My mom loved it.
So it's very much a Bullet Trainy vibe.
Oh no.
Yeah. So if you're
Then
not,
I'll skip it.
because here's the thing. So I enjoy Bullet Train a lot,
Mhm.
but in this movie, in Violent Night, there seems to be a lot of very serious, like very, very slapstick, like dark comedy, I guess is the
Mm.
best way I could put it. But the way they did Santa and how they evolved it around this story of this family, I thought was like pretty heartwarming. And it felt like it was weird. At times I felt like I was watching John Wick. And then at times I felt like I was watching like Tim Allen's Santa Claus, and it's
Wow.
it's kind of weird to like
That's a nice contrast.
to kind of have those two mashing together. And what's his name? Harborough? I always forget his name.
Harbor.
David Harbor.
David Harbor.
David
Yeah.
Harbour.
Mike asked me this question when we were working. I'm gonna have to say I think he's probably one of my favorite Santa Clauses. Like I'd even say he's probably better than Tim Allen.
Wow.
And
Get the fuck out.
I know, dude. It's just like, because I don't want to spoil anything, because part of the reason why I liked this movie a lot was that like I had nothing spoiled for me. Like I came in not knowing what to expect, other than like, oh, this is just going to be a funny, weird, beat 'em up movie or whatever. And there were some parts of the story that I thought were actually pretty cool. Like Santa's whole background is completely different than what I thought it was going to be. And then it made sense.
Jester, one real would the gore quench my thirst?
Yes.
So my wife, she likes horror and all that stuff.
That's like me.
There was a couple parts in the movie where she was like, this is a little much for me.
Oh God, the word Punisher War Zone. I gotta see it.
What happens to John Leguizamo? Oh my gosh. I even was like, that's kind of gnarly for a Christmas movie. But there was that, and then again, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but they kind of paid some homage to some Home Alone stuff, and that there's a couple parts in there where I was like, ooh, that I actually audibly was like, oh, that's absolutely nasty. And I felt bad. Like it made me cringe a little bit, but that's me. I don't know, because I know how much you are into the gory stuff, but there's a couple parts.
Justin.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Were there Elven titties?
Shut up.
God,
No,
you couldn't help yourself. You couldn't help yourself.
No, there was not.
No, I'm watching it anyways. As soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, I have to watch this. There's no fucking way. I'm like, I love, like, Bad Santa is one of my favorite, like, Christmas movies because it's just completely different.
Yeah,
right?
no, this was Die Hard, Tim Allen,
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
I was gonna say, how much Die Hard and horror does it lean into?
So I'm gonna say absolutely none to the horror. But they just went all out with the blood and gore.
Yeah, it's John Wickish, like whatever.
Yeah, but see, John Wick is kind of tame to some of the scenes in here.
Yeah,
like,
John Wick is lame-o, like, as far as gore. Like, the gore you're mentioning, that ain't John Wick. Like
all right, there's people getting heads cut off with skates and
Okay.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's like, it's pretty.
Did they shove some?
gory.
I think you're underestimating the horror at.
Did they shove hot coal up somebody's ass?
No, there's nothing like that. That's
Okay, because
but there's just
that would be kind of nice.
Like, okay, I guess this is not really a spoiler, but like a guy gets a nail through the lower chin and you see it through his mouth, and he's like,
Oh, that's nice.
So
it's like Punisher Warzone.
Yeah.
Punisher
Warzone wasn't bad.
I'll compare it. I'll compare it to some of the blood and violence that was in Predator. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like kind of some of that stuff. Nothing like crazy, but again, it was weird. There was so many times I was like actually laughing, because actually John Leguizamo had some great one-liners that I enjoyed quite a bit. But it was like, yeah, I mean, it was like Die Hard, Home Alone, and Tim Allen Santa Claus had a baby, and then this is what you were watching, because like the bad guys were as dumb as the bad guys in Home Alone, except John Leguizamo. He was the only guy that was like smart there. And then you had Santa Claus, who was like Bruce Willis, but then he was like Tim Allen at the same time. And then the overall story was like a very well done Christmas holiday movie. Like I was explaining it to Mike the best way I could. Like, how in like a PG movie that's like, I guess I'm gonna say Home Alone. So how like on Home Alone, the two burglars, every time you think that they're gonna really harm the kid, they just don't.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm watching a PG movie. Well, in this one, there's points where like, oh, I'm watching a holiday movie, and you don't expect somebody to get their face shot off, and then it happens. You're kind of like taken back. Like, what am I watching?
That's awesome.
I mean? So
it lives up to its name, Violent Night.
100%. It is very, very violent. It is very violent. It is also heartwarming. It has a nice little message, I think, in it. I'd say some of the comedy was like pretty dumb, but there was some moments I laughed pretty hard. I'm kind of a sucker for Leguizamo though. Every time I see him on screen, so that's me. But I think
so am I when he shuts his mouth.
But I think Harbour did a fantastic job as Santa Claus. I mean, I absolutely loved him playing Santa. But yeah, no, I think overall it was a good movie. Whether or not you should see it in theaters or not, yeah, I would say if you're on the fence, go see it in theaters because you will enjoy yourself.
If you have a gift card, right?
Sure, yeah. Or if you have this like mentality of like, oh, I like movies that step out of the box, I'm gonna go reward that and go to the movie theater, then yeah, I go to the movie theater and see it. But if not, I mean, wait for it to be streaming. I think you'll enjoy yourself either way. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that movie.
Nice.
Cool.
That's
So-
awesome. I love that.
Just to update, since you were just talking about Violent Night. So the box office this weekend, number one, of course, is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever for its 5th weekend at 11.1 million. It's now currently at 410 million domestic. So it's 1 million away from surpassing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which has 411 million. Second place is Violent Night for the second week in a row, because last week it was also top 2.
Wow.
So it made 8.7 million, which is a great hold as it just dropped 35%. The R-rated action comedy with Santa Claus as the hero has a 10-day cumulative of 26.7 million, which is very solid for the $20 million budgeted film.
It's only $20 million.
They made it for 20 million.
Holy shit!
It's running just slightly behind the 2015 Christmas horror film Krampus, which made 20.6 million. And then Strange World, which is the Disney film that they're not advertising, they're not marketing, is number 3. Number 4 is The Menu, which also stars John Leguizamo as one of the cast members there. That was number 4. And number 5.
That one looks interesting to me.
It does look interesting. But then the more I talked to Jester about Violent Night, I was thinking of taking Julie, but I figured I will not.
Yeah, she might not like the
Because
violence.
she will not enjoy it. She will cringe and she will just tell me like, why did we see that movie? Why did you take me to see that movie?
Yeah.
Because I was telling her a few weeks ago, we were planning to see like, hey, you want to watch The Menu? Because that looks interesting. And she was like, nah. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I guess we're gonna have to wait for Avatar and the Way of James Cameron's Water in the box
Yeah.
office.
Yeah, because she may not like The Menu either, from what I've heard from one of my friends who saw it. So
Right. So
Yeah,
I will
it's-
consider checking out Violent Night though by myself in the theater. So
Yeah, no, yeah, you'll probably like it, Mike. I mean, like I was telling you earlier, that David Harborough said in an interview that he trained more for this movie than he did for Red Guardian and the Marvel movie.
Wow.
Like he was doing,
Yeah,
and you saw it. Like there was a couple action scenes where you're like, wow, yeah, he was definitely there. He didn't have a stunt double or anything. So like, yeah, I was impressed. I mean, the way they shot some stuff looked like a John Wick movie, and the way they did the action, I thought was really well done. I enjoyed it. I think that again, Mike, if you want to wait, but yeah, if you want to go see it in theaters by yourself, I mean, by all means, you'll probably enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I want to check it out. I want to mention real quick from Yahoo Movies in the UK, David Harbour mentioned he wants a Santa cinematic universe with sexy daddies like Oscar Isaac and Pedro Pascal. I think he wants Oscar Isaac to play the Easter Bunny and Pedro Pascal to play the Tooth Fairy, or I may have switched those, but
Okay,
he wants to build that universe, and I'm like, dude, go do it. Like,
go for it.
it sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait, so the Easter Bunny should be Donnie Darko then, yeah?
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, because of the fucking bunny there. So
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
Jake
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal was there too. So yeah. Alrighty. So with that, we move on to the last topic, the Game Awards. I just want to say quickly, Jedi Survivor looks awesome. But now I'm having to consider getting an Xbox because it's cheaper than a PS5 to play the game, because I want to play the game, and I'm really curious on perhaps live streaming as I play the game. Because
on
I can't
Twitch?
play it on my PS4.
on Twitch.
Sure, why not? Whatever the hell, whatever works. That looks cool. The Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. They had a really cool cinematic preview, and then it featured Batman. And of course, we found out that was the last time that the late great Kevin Conroy voiced Batman, and they even put a "Thank you, Kevin" at the end of it. So that was awesome. Pinhead, I'll have you the rest of, or did you have something else to say?
I did one thing to add to this before Pinhead takes off of this, because I'm about to get off because it's hella late and I got to wake up hella early. So, but since we're talking about the video game awards, I would like to say that I agree with Mike. Jedi Survivor looks fantastic. I am looking forward to that. I finished God of War Ragnarok. Amazing game, amazing continuation from the original. I enjoyed myself just as much. I could go on and on about how the boss fights were amazing. The storyline was amazingly fleshed out. So were its characters, and I am so thankful for those two games coming out. And if you have a chance to play Ragnarok, by all means, play it. You will have a fantastic time. And Christopher Judge is just perfection. I wish that guy would get some more acting gigs other than him playing Kratos, but he is phenomenal
Atreus.
as
He's
Kratos.
killed.
So I'm so thankful for him, and I'm glad that he won the awards that he did. And with that, I'm gonna bid you all good night, and Pinhead, have a wonderful time talking about the Game Awards.
I miss you already, baby girl.
Bye, guys.
Cool,
I had a
man.
great
Thanks
time.
for joining us.
Oh, had an awesome time. Thank you.
Good to
Bye.
see you.
Bye.
Alrighty, take it away, Pinhead.
So with that being said, yeah, Christopher Judge won for best actor. Let's just call it what it is. Best performance award in his role for Kratos. I'll give him that. He went on and on and on and on with that's one of the things that happened to, like, and this is not just my opinion. He went on and on and on, and I'm kind of glad he did, because he's fucking Kratos and he's Tilk from Stargate SG-1. Give him the credit. Christopher Judge is the man. But we'll go down the line of the awards that won. Best mobile game won Marvel Snap. I actually started playing that. It's not bad. Best fighting game, Multiverses won.
Yep.
Damn good game. I don't know. Like, this is a light year for fighting games. Street Fighter 2 and Tekken 8 come out next year, so if those don't have any category nominated for them next year, it'll prove to me that Jeff Keighley really is a fucking tool. We'll discuss that next year if I'm still here, yeah. Kirby and the Forgotten Land won for best family game. Hey, why not? It's its 35-year anniversary. The fat little pink fatso deserves to win. Why not? Come on. Stray won for best debut indie title. I like to see that, because Stray was a fantastic game, and I'm not even a cat guy, but Stray was fucking amazing.
That's fine.
I would have liked to see Sifu maybe, but Stray deserved it. For best adaptation, and there was a couple. There was Sonic. There was Edge Runners of Cyberpunk. There was Uncharted. The best adaptation was the League of Legends Arcane, whatever that's on Netflix. So
Yep.
Do what you will with that. I
It's
would
true.
have chosen either Edge Runners or Sonic 2, but I haven't seen Arcane and I know nothing about League of Legends. So
Arcane.
fuck it.
You don't need to know anything about League of Legends. Arcane will explain it to you.
Well, neither do you have to know about fucking Cyberpunk to understand Edge Runners, but that's just me. Edge Runners was fantastic, but that's just my point of view.
Mhm.
God of War Ragnarok takes home Best Narrative Award.
Of course.
God of War won a lot of these, because there's a certain game that won Game of the Year, and we'll talk about that as we get there. Elden
Mhm.
Ring wins the Best Art Direction category, which is fine. As Dusk Falls awarded top honors in Games for Impact. I mean, I guess that's the most credible, the game that was most accessible for everybody, and it changed people's adaptation of what a game should be. Gran Turismo wins in sports racing genre. Splatoon 3 is the best multiplayer game of the year. I don't agree with that. There was Multiverses was on there, Call of Duty was on there. I don't understand why Splatoon won, but hey, maybe you should have given that the best family game. Ludwig is the con. Who cares about him? So this one didn't surprise me, but it actually kind of did because I thought Resident Evil 4, the remake, would be the most anticipated, but it shouldn't surprise me that The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the most anticipated game of next year.
Mhm.
Bayonetta 3 won Best Action Game of the Year.
Okay.
That shocked me a little bit, especially with the other nominees, but God of War Ragnarok wins another for best score and music. I don't know if I agree with that, but hey, God of War Ragnarok wins for the Innovation and Accessibility Award. I don't know. Elden Ring is the year's best RPG title as Genshin Impact wins for Player's Voice. So this one shocked me. Player's Voice, so that means Genshin Impact must be really great because it cut out God of War, like Elden Ring, everybody. This is the people's choice. The people voted for this.
There's a lot of
And
nerds.
well, even Jeff Keighley said they had like a 50 million vote record breaking this year. And you're right, Kuya. There's a lot of nerds because
There's a lot of
Genshin
nerds that
Impact
love anime titties. Genshin
Genshin
Impact.
Impact whooped everybody's ass. No one even came close.
You wanna play it, Pinhead? Because like it's
I
free.
have
It's free on the PlayStation. So,
I have no need to play that game. I don't know why. I'm good. I'm good. So Stray, God of War, Ragnarok, and Final Fantasy 16 or what is it? 15 win best independent action adventure and ongoing. No one cares about that. From Software's Elden Ring receives Game Direction Award. That was cool. Elden Ring wins the ultimate prize of the year. Game of the year went to Elden Ring, and that's where we'll wrap it up with that.
who
I'm
were
not.
the other nominees?
I'm God of War.
Well,
Stray actually got it, and some other. I can't remember, but I'm not surprised God of War, excuse me, Elden Ring won Game of the Year because God of War cleaned the fucking show up. They do the same thing that the Oscars do, where the best picture won't go to the best director and vice versa.
mhm.
Or the best actress and the best actor won't go to, like, they clean up a certain movie will clean up the awards, and then the best director will get that award, and then the best picture will go to, oh yeah, it should have went to the one that cleaned up, but it's not going to. You can always gauge with the Golden Globes and the Oscars
Yep.
who's going to win the best director and best picture and vice versa with the ones that cleaned up, because it's so predictable. They never give the one that cleans up the best director, or excuse me, the best picture of the year. They never do.
Was
And
Silence of
this
the Lambs the
happened
last
with
one?
Elden Ring. Huh?
Was Silence of the Lambs the last one that cleaned house in the
Yeah.
Oscars?
Yeah.
Right? That was like 2 decades ago, wasn't it?
And this is what I'm talking about. Like, if something cleans up, you're gonna very rarely see it gets best picture. Very rarely. Very rarely. It happens, but you're very and this is they'll give them the little penny, like Elden Ring got the little side awards, but God of War cleaned up, and you knew like Elden Ring was gonna win the best game of the year, and rightfully so. I haven't played Elden Ring. I played God of War a little bit. Um, I'm 8 hours into God of War. I can kind of agree with Jester, but I can't completely agree. There's a lot of boat rowing in God of War. There's a lot of berry picking and shit like that. There's some compelling characters, but it wasn't a complete. Oh, I'm compelled now. Now let's not. I'd be remiss. Jester actually finished the game,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of boat rowing. Like row your boat gently down. It should have been like
There's a
called
lot
God
of
of War.
narratives.
exactly. Like there should. My problem is it should have like because people complained about this with Death Stranding and how it just wandered around and didn't tell a story and it was a walking simulator. Then the same could be argued about God of War. God of War should have just been called God of War rowing simulator. If you're gonna do that with one game, you should do it with another. But I digress. The point is, Elden Ring won, and I think the best part of the video game awards was the troll at the end who snuck his ass, the kid that snuck his ass onto the fucking stage and said that his unorthodox rabbi Bill Clinton, he wanted to nominate his unorthodox reformed rabbi Bill Clinton for the new award winner of this year. This he got arrested and everybody's like it was a troll. It was staged. No, it wasn't. No one understood how this ended. This was literally after Miyazaki or whatever his name is accepted his speech for Elden Ring. This kid snuck up with these guys. You can watch the footage. He snuck up with them and fucking he pulled a fucking Snake from Metal Gear almost in the box, sneaking up in with the people, and he got up there and Miyazaki did his speech, went about and he's like, hold on, it's my turn. I'd like to nominate my reformed unorthodox rabbi Bill Clinton for this year's award, and it walked off, and people were like,
What the fuck?
oh, that didn't happen. Yeah, it did happen, and the kid got arrested for it. So it was not planned. Jeff Keighley was even like, "Okay, guys, let's. That was a great show. I hope you had a great show," and they wrapped it up. So the video game awards was mediocre until the very end of the show. That's where
I was wondering why fucking Bill Clinton was trending. Like I had no
because
idea.
of because of that.
I was afraid of like pressing, like when you see Twitter and you see Bill Clinton as trending. I'm so afraid. Like, did he get caught like getting his dick sucked again? God damn it!
I'll send it to you guys. You guys can watch it. It's very short. Like the kid was smart because he literally fucking I won't even say he Sam Fisher Splinter Celled into that shit and
Wow.
infiltrated. Like he literally walked up with these motherfuckers when they got the announcement, blended in there and stood in the background. And you can be like, who's that young kid? Who is he part of like the young developer crew? And he sat there and he picked his spot perfectly and got in there like fucking Sam Fisher. It's not even funny. That's why he got arrested after like a day after, because he picked his spot like a fucking G. I'll give him credit. Because he didn't do no harm but be a troll. But
Right.
but because it could have been much worse, and it makes me wonder what security do you guys actually have
Yeah.
if this kid can do this, Jeff. This is why
Right.
people mock you, Jeff Keighley, because you don't even have the basic fundamentals of security there. Or there's a lot of stuff. Like Al Pacino presented Christopher Judge with his award. It wasn't like it was some slap. Halsey was there. There was a lot of actual real names there. You had, at the very least, the very bare minimum security that this troll. What happened if this kid was a bomber?
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, he was just being a troll ass kid who had broken English, but it could have been much worse without the security. And this kid just infiltrated in there like Sam Fisher. And you were like looking at him the whole time that the director was giving his speech for Elden Ring. You're like, is that one of the fucking young developers? Or like because there's all these older guys up there giving, standing beside him while he's giving his speech. And you're like, who's that young kid? And then we see what he did. He got arrested the next day, but where was your security, Jeff? And this is why we mock you. And Jeff was all nervous. You could tell he didn't say nothing about it. He kept it pushing in his, defense, but he was hell. He's like, congratulations. It was a great game awards. See you next year, guys. Yeah. So it was a very mediocre Game Awards. I mean, I don't even like some of the reveals. Like the Star Wars Jedi Survivor was cool, but it doesn't look like it's exclusively next generation.
Yep.
You can only get it on Xbox or PlayStation 5. The new Xboxes or the PlayStation 5. It doesn't look like a next gen title. It just doesn't. It looks like something that could be played on PS4.
That's why I was surprised. I was like,
That's what I was surprised about.
okay.
I'm like, this is the best you, unless you got some banger coming out in the next couple of months before it's released, because it's what, March?
Yeah.
This isn't good. Look, this doesn't scream to me next generation. You could have put this on multi-platforms, unless there's a trailer coming out in February that's gonna blow us all away. This doesn't look like multi-platform material, or excuse me, next gen material. It looks like it looks like you could have put it on PS4. So you better step it up. I've also heard from multiple people and multiple reliable sources that Kill the Suit or Kill the Justice League is going to be a mess, like Gotham Knights, and I hate this because
Oh
this is
man.
Kevin Conroy's last appearance as Batman as a
Yep.
voice. This is the end.
Yep.
I want my man to go out like a G because we all loved him. R.I.P. to him. We love him. This shouldn't. If it's an absolute mess, it should not be his last. But we're stuck here. I'm hearing that this is going to be even worse than Gotham Knights, and Gotham Knights has not been received well
Yep.
at all. So there's just been like, I was excited about Dune, obviously. Come on, Dune Awakening made me, it gave me my chub.
Yeah.
The one that really made me excited and actually fist pump was the reveal of Diablo 4 after Halsey did a good performance, and then we led into the reveal of Diablo 4. I cannot wait for Diablo 4. It was a great trailer, and one that surprised me was the new Transformers trailer. That looks actually good. I like the use of Bon Jovi's "Wanted Dead or Alive." I usually don't like that shit, but it was a good use of Bon Jovi's "Dead or Alive," and I'm actually intrigued to see how that game comes out, because if you look at the trailer, it looks like Earth is being terraformed into Cybertron, which I'm very interested to see how that works out. Maybe we're getting a war on Cybertron. I'm hoping video game from Transform, a good one, because it's called Reactivate, and it looks like they're reactivating Bumblebee. Maybe it could be because the hands are yellowish, and like, who knows. I just hope we get a good Transformers game because it's been long overdue. It's like 1 out of 10. So, but that's my spiel on the Game Awards. If I had to give it a review or a grade, it'd be. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 10, but until that kid infiltrated, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because I will admit I was drunk watching it, but that just made it that escalate, because that kid is like kind of my new hero. Now that we know he didn't do anything dangerous, he was just trolling. He's my new, like, he's the best troll we've ever had. He's my new hero. Because not for nothing, I did that when I did film school. I went to the Oscars and infiltrated the Oscars.
Nice.
So I'll get. He's my new hero. I like it. I like it.
So I guess since we're on the topic of games, we might as well close it off with the Last of Us trailer, that new trailer that looks fantastic, and we're getting it in January. So something new to look forward to right after the new year. Well, there's that, and of course the Bad Batch season 2, but The Last of Us on HBO Max. I showed that trailer to Julie. She's never played the game, but she was intrigued, and she was intrigued by the clickers. So I was telling her about them. So I'm like, yeah.
It's probably better that people just don't play the game, because you won't have a predetermined bias going in. Just, I think I don't care about it. It has nothing to do, like I talked to you guys, and especially Kuya in the chat. I'm over zombies. I'm so over zombies. I want aliens and vampires to come back. I'm over zombies, and especially alien invasion. I want another Battle LA movie. I want a sequel to Battle L, like Battle New York or something, because that is a very underrated, great film. But yeah, Julie's better off just not playing the. And most people like her are better off not playing the game. Just go into it blind and take it with what you will.
That
Make it like an HBO series. Let it be a new HBO series. That's it.
that one scene where Ellie was walking on the rooftop on the ladder. I was like, wow, they did this shot for shot, like with from the game. That was kind of cool. Then you see the fat bloater bastard, the one that explodes at the very end. So I was like, oh, okay. It looks good. I mean, Pedro Pascal looks good as Joel. Liana Mormont, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about it, but she's a great actress, so I think she'll pull it off. So she should be okay. Um, what the they're extending some things. They're showing some other things outside of what the game was. So like the story of how Wild Bill and his partner parted ways is gonna be there, I think. When the the First Nations people that they were talking to, the Inuit people or something.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. I don't know what part they were in anywhere, but it should be a nice story because it was a great story as a video game. So I just can't wait. So it'll be fun. Oh, and there's a I forgot the name of the fucking thing, but there was like there's a Chinese video game that's in development that looks absolutely amazing. So I'll show it to I'll show you guys the trailer for it. It just looks amazing. It looks interesting. The story, everything is pretty vague on in what you have to do, but then it's basically just Chinese mythology. So
Talking about a game.
yeah, it's not the Wukong one. It's not Black Myth Wukong, but it's a different one. So
Plus, we got an announcement for Hades too. So
that's cool. Hades was a great game.
yeah, it was, and I'm looking forward to the second one. So I forgot about that announcement, but that's about that.
Alrighty. Any other closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
Bullet Train was amazing. You guys should watch it. It's funny.
Yeah, my
It,
mom said that it was. She had a
it's a
blast with
fun
it.
ride.
She had a blast with it. I'm gonna have to watch it now because she loved it.
Yeah, it was great. Um, I want to wish both of you and Jester a very Merry Christmas. I'm not sure if we're gonna do a podcast in between, but well, if I don't see you guys in the podcast, I'll see you guys next year about it. So
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
Yep.
happy. I'm just happy that our little podcast is growing
So
one
am I.
one percentage at a time, which is amazing. I want to thank all of the people that are listening to us, especially the homie Josiah for being loyal. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like I'm still listening to Paul Atreides. Your song is still fucking amazing to me. To have somebody uh cleverly and intellectually rap about Dune is amazing to me, in my personal
Yeah,
opinion.
it's awesome.
So,
It's a great song.
but kudos to everybody. Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
we're pretty much going to be off for the next 2 weeks. Most likely, I don't know if we'll be able to record a new show on January 1st. We'll see. We're going to kind of play it by ear and see if that's possible. If not, then the week after that. So, but we
Either way,
yeah.
you know I have my best and worst stuff. So
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Prepare for the best and worst of the 2022 as we look forward to 2023.
The best is always soups, and the worst is always soups. There you go. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. Advance Merry Christmas to everyone listening.
Merry
Happy holidays.
Christmas.
Stay safe and enjoy time with family or by yourself, because hey, you can enjoy time by yourself as well.
Yeah, you can always enjoy a Christmas by yourself, masturbating to Santa and Mrs. Claus. So hey,
Yeah, been there, done
Why
that.
not?
So
why not?
been there, done that. So
All righty. Thank you so much to everyone who's listening or watching. Please feel free to keep sharing the podcast. Tell your friends about it. If you thought at any part we made you laugh or someone said something funny, well, hey,
or something that you hate
share
or
it.
something, please comment. Please say something.
Please do leave us a voice message. Share. Sharing is caring. So share it with
Subscribe.
family.
Hit the notification bell.
Follow
for-
on Spotify or leave us a review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, because it does help the show.
'cause
And when you comment
I
on
can
YouTube,
I
it
can
does help.
guarantee you guys next year or the next podcast we're gonna be talking shit about James Cameron. So watch out for that.
Indeed.
Well, by then, Jester and I hopefully would have seen
Oh,
Avatar and the
Yeah, we can get
definitely.
your
Way
opinion on it.
of water.
Yeah, definitely. And during Christmas break or during our break, I'm gonna actually watch the real Avatar, which is the Nickelodeon cartoon. So
Hell
it'll be more fun.
Oh, just wait till that drops the live action show on Netflix. Oh man.
Oh God, that's another one. No, I'll pass. I can't
Well.
wait.
All righty. Thank you guys for listening. Stay safe out there. See you all again. Maybe
Peace.
soon, maybe next year. May the force be with you.
And with your spirit, bye.
Live long and prosper.